evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the AngelOfThyNight Paranormal Radio Show. And this is your host, Lord Rick. And tonight we have a very special show we're going to be airing. Actually, it's our last episode in Florida. We're going to discuss a few highlights down here that we've encountered. Anything can happen on our show, as you know. Anything from porn stars to weird callers to strange topics. Our show is very versatile. It's very open-minded. The song you heard in the show opener is called Anger Is My Friend. It was done by Mike Digital of digitalphotography.com. And just in case you do not have the link, that is www.digitalphotography.com. Just go enter into the site and then go into the music section. Who knows, down the road maybe Mike will put up the CD and the soundtrack for sale on Lulu or something like that. And, you know, it's a wonderful thing to add to your collection. Over the years, as we run this show, I'm sure we'll have a lot of good music coming on in that we can play. But that's a very nice theme. There's a lot of guitar in it, and our show just gets better and better. We're always upgrading, and so I do want to thank Mike Digital for the hard work he had done, the music production for this show. And anyways, as we get into some various topics, I'm going to go ahead, before we start talking about werewolves and everything else, I'd like to get into some of the things that have happened. And, you know, I always try to share funny stories out of my life because, you know, living my life in Florida is like one big comedy. First off and foremost, as you know, the Paranormal and Ghost Society organization and myself will be transferring and relocating out to California. Somewhere up probably near Stockton, Yosemite, Jackson. You know, I kind of want to be in the middle of it. I want to be able to be an hour and a half, 2 hours from Lake Tahoe and Reno, maybe an hour and a half from San Francisco, because I still want to be able to explore and do paranormal investigations on the coast. You know, there's something about the beach that you just can't beat, even when you're doing an investigation or an exploration. You want to be able to be out there on the water sometimes and enjoy yourself. So I get a little bit of both. I get the mountains, I get the water, and, you know, it's going to be a good thing. Of course, we're going to be looking to fill various positions within our organization. Some of those positions will be, like, for example, we have the Paranormal Ghost Society Phantoms Hockey Team and Sports Association. And basically I want to put together a team of people who want to play sports. We'll play in leagues, you know, we'll have jerseys done up and things like that. I haven't done it down here in Florida because, let's face it, man, you say hockey to a Floridian, they're like, what the fuck is hockey, man? You know, now, spitting watermelon seeds, that's a fucking sport down here. But anyways, you know, we're going to start the sports association when we get out west. And I do expect good results. It seems like the Californians are a little more receptive to my postings, to explorations and things. And so I am hoping for some actually good results. But, you know, you never know. You can't force people to go out to abandoned places. You know, people, they don't want to trespass. They don't want to sneak in places. That you have to want to do. Your heart has to be in it. But anyways, somebody in the chat room said they can't hear anything. You need to reload the screen or reload your browser. Of course, you can't hear it, so if somebody can type it to the person asking this, of course I could type it, but, you know, when the thing is that I came across the flu the other day, and I'm just in a miserable mood. And, of course, I'm one of these guys that hardly ever gets sick. But I came across the flu yesterday night. I was having fevers. I don't even know how high, you know, and then you got to bow in front of the porcelain god and everything else. But that's just how it is. I guess there's a flu going around. Oh, there'll be a doob tonight, Smoke. Sick or not, I smoke a doob. I mean, it might actually help me forget about being sick, but I was not going to cancel the show because the thing is that, well, as they say, the show must go on. But the other thing is that I merely am out of time. I'm moving in a few days. There's just no time left to do the show. And, of course, tomorrow I'm going off to Universal, and you know I'm going to do it high, drunk, and everything else, because when I'm on the roller coasters, you know, I like to be able to sit there and take photos while I'm on the coaster. I don't care what anybody thinks. You know, everybody's screaming with their hands up, and I'm taking fucking photographs on the roller coaster. And no U-Haul. Actually, U-Haul has fucked me over about 3 to 5 times, you know. I'm so sick of U-Haul. Last time I rented a U-Haul, it was about 2 years ago, and I had rented it from a Haji Mart. Or it was a group of Indians that owned the place, and, you know, the guy's like, you didn't pay, it's like you charged my card. And, of course, you know, the guy kept, like, stalking my phone, leaving messages, calling up. I said, you ain't getting your fucking money. I mean, it was just a big runaround. U-Haul sucks. They're well-known, but they are the worst moving company. They always seem to overcharge me. I'll drop off the truck, and I'll see $200 on my fucking account. It's like, $200 fucking dollars? What the fuck? Nah, Penske's the way to go. I go with Penske. It's rather expensive to do a move when you're going out west, but it'll be the best move that I ever make. You know, being up in the mountains, you know. Actually I sat down, and I've spent 4 years complaining about the girls in Florida. You know, I sat down and I said, hey, these girls are goddamn fucking hillbillies and shit, hicks and everything else. But, you know, up there in California, you got mountain women. In other words, they could probably bench press you. But I know one Californian girl that's pretty hot, and that's Millie. And she won't be making the show tonight. She will try to call in, but she had to actually work, so I don't know. I mean, if she would call in, that would be great. We're still looking for a couple co-hosts to help out with the show. It takes time to find someone who wants to co-host, and I'm looking for somebody who's very special, somebody who has what it takes to be part of the show. You know, there's other positions too, like Mike does the music production. And, of course, we have our people that come into the chat room. You know, it's all good. But anyways, now that I got a little off topic with the U-Hauls, let me get back on topic. I don't know if any of you had seen the lunar eclipse that occurred, but 500 years ago, Christopher Columbus actually claimed to have used the eclipse because he was lost when he was trying to find America. And, of course, this eclipse was a much similar one. And, of course, blame it on fucking Florida. There's clouds in the sky, and I miss another eclipse. I must miss all kinds of shit in this state because Florida is always fucking full of rain clouds. I live in the lightning capital of the United States. They get sometimes 200 lightning strikes, 300 lightning strikes an hour out here in the central Florida area. That's how bad it is. And then besides the fact that you get hurricanes, you get tornadoes, I don't miss none of that shit. You know, when I first came out here my first year, I mean, we got battered with hurricanes. And I remember sitting in this old historical house. Half of the house was abandoned, but I lived in it. And I stayed by myself for like 5 days in the dark, and the house just got battered left and right with wind. There was shit hitting the fucking walls. The house was swaying because out here in Florida, a lot of these historical homes sit on pillars. And, of course, they can blow off their pillars, or it actually feels like you're rocking on a goddamn boat. So I spent the entire hurricane rocking a fucking boat. And I sat there, and, you know, you get a little cabin fever when you're stuck inside for 5 days and it's raining and the water's blowing. You're like, fuck this shit. So you grab a cup of coffee, you sit out in the fucking hurricane. The whole neighborhood's fucking abandoned. Everybody leaves to go to shelters, so you got the whole fucking neighborhood to yourself. You run outside fucking bare-ass naked. Who the fuck's going to see you? You know, so I'm running outside bare-ass fucking naked. I don't give a fuck. It's like, who the hell's going to see me? I always want to run out bare-ass naked during a hurricane. Hell, might as well fuck out in it, too. But anyways, we had a great, I mean, it was, for me, a learning experience. It was a great time, but I'm not going to miss any of it. I mean, being without electricity for a week or two at a time really puts a damper on things. It's like if that ever happened, like let's say tomorrow, which it wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't be able to keep in touch with my members, my fans, or be able to do the show. So does Florida suck? Yeah, it sucks. But, yeah, the next lunar eclipse will be 2010. It's a long time. Hopefully I'll be able to stand on a mountain up in California and view it. if I'm alive by then. I mean, the way this planet's fucking going. I mean, if you've heard the recent elections, there's all kinds of articles going out. You got a bunch of dropouts. You know, these are people that could make a difference. You know, these are people that could possibly lessen the strictness to these marijuana laws. These are people that allow you to keep your guns. These are people that will lower taxes. And all the people that were going to help people like you and me have dropped out of the race, and now you're stuck with fucking McCain, Hillary, and Barack Obama. And so I was doing Paranormal Sense, and I came across an interesting article on Obama. And I guess the whole thing is that people were saying that Barack is the Antichrist. Of course, every president is the Antichrist. But the thing is that there was other articles out there that people are swooning and fainting in front of Obama. Like, they go up to the guy and they faint. Like he's, you know, people are looking at him like he's our savior, he's our God. And it's like, if you read any prophecy, they said that the Antichrist would be somebody who's not of this origin. It would be somebody, you know, his father was born in Kenya. That's the thing. And they said that they believe that the infant that would be born, that's the Antichrist, would be born around Kenya or Africa, and of course would come on into the Middle East. And, you know, he's talking about doing things with the Middle East and stuff. So is he the Antichrist? I don't fucking know. But he's not getting my vote because I don't know who the fuck he is. You know, like I said, and I'll say it again, Lord Rick for president. Hell, even Mike Digital for president. What the fuck, right? Legalize marijuana, turkeys on Thanksgiving, and everybody gets a fucking paycheck once a year of a lump sum. And we'll take away property tax, too, because the Indians own the property. But, you know, the thing is that the president shit is just a bunch of bullshit. And, you know, I sit there and I look at this election stuff and I'm just thinking to myself, it's fucked. It's like, can't anybody like my age be president? Why does it got to be someone who's 80 fucking years old? You know as well as I do, McCain's going to get in office. Guy's probably going to have a heart attack. He's going to have a heart attack. You know, as soon as that intern comes in shaking her goddamn ass with the short skirt on, that's it. What would you fucking do at 80 years old? If I was president, I'd be fucking my interns. That's just the way I roll. You know, it's like if you can't touch the merchandise, you shouldn't be president. But a position of power, you know, you should be able to use it a little bit. It's like, I'm the president, man. Give me some broads. I'm the president. Excuse me. Like I said, I'm sick and I'm dying. But at least I'm able to put out a good show, right? But anyways, so that presidential shit has just got me. I get so mad when I hear it. And during my time in Florida, we were in competition with one other group. There's a paranormal group. They call themselves Daytona Beach Paranormal, you know. When I first moved here, I wrote the broad. I said, look, I'm moving down here, you know, if you want some joint investigations or whatever, it's cool by me. I'm not in competition. It's obvious as a Ghostbuster I don't make money. You know, even if I sell my books, which I just came out with 2 books, which should be in bookstores in the next few months, I still don't make a lot of money. You know, when you sit there and you pocket $20 a month, it's, you know, hardly nothing. It's enough for gas to go exploring or something. But this girl here, she sits there and she runs Daytona Beach Paranormal, you know, and of course, when I went to her site it says when it's been last updated. Well, it was last updated in like 4 years ago, you know, and then they changed the format recently. Did one little update, and I got this fucking TV show like 5 miles from my house. And everybody emails me like, Rick, you part of that TV show? It's like, I ain't part of this fucking bitch. This bitch is like 400 fucking pounds. And what she does is every time a girl investigates or goes out with her, she'll send her investigators out but will not come along to the places. She'll be, and then it's like if she's intimidated, like if they're really beautiful, she kick them off the fucking team. So that way she can fuck all the guys, you know. And of course, you know, hey, the way I roll is this, you know, I like to work with other people. Our organization does not mind allying with other groups because, let's face it, you cannot be doing this shit by yourself. Everybody's got to play their part and it benefits everybody. Well, this girl's a fucking snob. And this girl's been our competition. She's 20 miles from here. All she does is make her money off ghost tours, which is lame in my opinion. Updates her site once and gets a television show. It's like, what the fuck? So, of course, we're glad to leave out of here. But, see, she spent 4 years doing 5 paranormal investigations. And I put out, like in 1 month, 32. When I first came out here, I did maybe 1 a month or 1 a week. And then I changed it. I upped it for a period of time to 5 a week. You know, and that's how exploration should go. You should be able to want to check out as much as you can, as often as you can. You know, and it goes for almost investigators, and it also goes for urban explorers. You should be able to want to explore and see what you want to see. You know, I don't see any webcams on tonight, but if any of you ladies want to turn on your webcam, you know, this is an adult radio show. Feel free to indulge. Maybe my sickness will go away. I'll be like an instant fucking miracle. I'll be cured of my disease. See Hooters in the face, and then that's it. You're done, you know. But anyways, as far as topics go, my journey in Florida is pretty much complete. I consider what I've left in Florida as a legacy. It's actually a sweet finish. You know, I've done a few hundred places out here. I've done a lot in this state. I've traveled all over it. I've been to places most people have not been to. Secret places, mystical places, you know, and the legacy I'm leaving behind is a good one because I'm leaving behind. I'm quitting while I'm ahead, and I'm going somewhere else. But the thing is about that is that it's a sweet. A lot of these people did not help us the last 4 years, but we pulled it off. And I did it mainly with one other investigator. And, you know, I look back and I got so many funny stories I could share with you guys about the things I've encountered. Like once we went down this road and these rednecks blocked us in and they were ready to fight us, and I tried to run them over with my truck. I'm shouting out the window, I'm fucking challenge me, man, fucking challenge me. You know, and I didn't fucking care. You know, these people down here, something's wrong with them. But I've been chased by boars. I've been chased rednecks. I have been shot at. I have had the military contain me up near NASA because we got stranded on an island. Of course, the black helicopter with the, you know, the lasers and everything else wasn't too fun to deal with. You know, I've also, it's kind of funny because I've done everything you could possibly do. There is boars everywhere in the state of Florida. And some of them get the size of small donkeys and shit. It's crazy shit. 500 pound. You come across, let's put it this way, a 500-pound boar, that fucker's galloping at you, that fucker runs you over, you're going to be seriously injured, you're going to fucking die. I went to this place called Bach Tower Gardens. It's this tower 2 miles deep in the woods, you know. The fucker was going through the orchard. I hear galloping, tons of it. There's 3 boars and big as fucking horses running past me. I'm stay still. They came a foot or two away from me. And, you know, the calm guy that I am, because I'm stoned most of the time, I just stood there. It worked. I fucking camouflaged with the orchard. They thought I was a goddamn fucking tree. Maybe I am a tree when I wear camouflage out in the woods. I don't fucking know. To them, I look like a tree. So they ran past me, you know. But the thing is that we've had a hell of last 4 years in Florida. It hasn't been quite 4 years, almost. Actually, it has this March. 4 years down here. And, you know, I think of all the weird girls. Mike told me to address those issues. Yeah, this is a hick state. Almost every girl you meet is either 2 things. A crack whore, or the other thing is they're a classy whore. They're I'm a Florida girl. I had some girl tell me a few weeks ago, she says, you know, my ass is worth $250 an hour. I said, I ain't paying you for your fucking ass. What the fuck? The pussy ain't free, don't go for the pussy. That's what I say. Well, you can if you have a certain flavor. But the point is that these girls down here are that stuck up. And, you know, I look back at the past with these girls that I met, and it's you talk about weirdos. Yeah, you meet some real yeehaws down here, or yoo-hoos, or whatever the fuck they call them. And, you know, I'm a life experiencer. You know, I go out and I experience life. I live, whether it means you're going on and you're trespassing somewhere, at an abandoned location, or you're sitting there swimming in a reef with sharks. I like to experience life. So, you go around and you meet all these people from the internet and from your list and here and there, and it's like, geez, every girl you meet's a goddamn whore. One girl asked me to be her fucking pimp. It was like, whoa, She's like, be my pimp. And for a while there, I protected her ass until one night, like, there's like 20 Mexicans with guns, they all got guns in their fucking pockets and shit. And it's like, I don't know if I want to die in a trailer. What is it with Florida? Why do people live in trailers knowing the state gets battered by high winds, tornadoes, and hurricanes? Why? That's the only reason why I want to know. Because I'll tell you, that's the only question I'm going to leave when I leave is the only one I'm going to have. It's like, why are you living in a trailer? And I laugh because every girl that emails me, she's like, I live in a trailer with my Aunt Bobby Joe. It's like, Bobby Joe? What the fuck? What's this, the goddamn fucking Waltons? Good night, John. But I'm telling you, this state, the stories that I got in this state is something I can tell my grandkids. I can sit my grandkids on my lap and I'll be, you know what? I met this fucking crack whore, man, and this is what she fucking did. I am so disgusted by even my members down here in Florida. They suck. I mean, that's the whole thing. When you look at an urban explorer group, people are more, they help each other explore places, they post, etc. But on my fucking boards, I run like 12 paranormal forums, and members don't fucking post. There's a couple that post. It's the same 5. It's always the same 5. And then the other 10,000 are just like, don't say a fucking word. Don't come out to our parties. Don't come out to our meetups. This state, I have came down here in Florida, and people were like, Rick, you're the fucking devil. I love Jesus, man. I love Jesus. So I came down here, and I've been nothing but the devil, apparently, which is fine. I just go be the devil in California. Probably get me better results. What do you think? But yeah, there's a lot of lazy people down here in Florida. People are generally very lazy. You can't get these people to explore. It's hard. I've had to do a lot of places by myself, which does take a lot of balls because, a lot of people don't go out at night to these abandoned places. I go out at night. I go by myself. I go in them. I don't care. I'm always armed. I don't carry guns and things like that. I could, but generally I go in a place pretty armed with various equipment, and anybody fucks with me, like I tell everybody, you fuck with me, I'm going to bury you out in the fucking woods. That's what I'm going to do to you, because I got to come home. I'm the foundation of my organization, and, I look back at all these explorations I've done, and, I've encountered bums in Florida. There's a lot of homeless people out here. I don't think it's a matter of kung fu. I think it's crazy. Just go crazy, man. Just fucking, pull off what Mike Tyson did. Bite the goddamn fucking ear. They ain't gonna fuck with you. They'll be like, this guy's he's a fucking cannibal. I'll be like, after I'm done biting his ear, I'll be like, hey, do you know who I am? I'm Lord Rick. It's like, have you ever Paranormal Ghost Society? We're more than just a paranormal group. We're also cannibalistic. But, we just the things that I've encountered down here, I've investigated during hurricanes. We had that tornado come near my house. It destroyed buildings. It was like we went to this island. Cops fucking helped me with a crime. I trespassed. The cops picked me up walking down the road. They loaded me in the car. I got a ton of fucking weed on me. They're loading me in the back of the car. Well, I'll give you a ride into town so you don't have to walk in. I just got done fucking trespassing and all this other shit. And the cops are like taking me in town. And I'm like, thank you, officer. I'm smiling. I got paraphernalia on me and weed and everything else. And it was just hilarious. I've never had, this is the only state I've ever had the cops help me commit a fucking crime, okay? And, these cops down here are brutal. There are some cops that'll pull you, if you're caught in a cemetery, cops will fucking taser you. I mean, not all of them will, but there are a lot of cops down here that do drugs, that fucking, instead of taking prostitutes to jail, they fuck the prostitutes. It's, there's no honor with these cops down here. Of course, to be a cop in Florida, you don't need any requirements. You can be a fucking dickhead. You're like, I'm a fucking dickhead. Now hire me on as a cop, and you're a fucking cop. I can be a fucking cop. Just put an application with the department.
Fuck the police academy. Fuck military training. It's like, hey, man, I'm a fat ass. I'm 80 years old. I want to be a cop. And I appreciate your tasers so I can taser people instead of containing them with my hands and being not lazy, you know. Or lazy or whatever. I don't know. I'm so out of it. But the point is, these cops down here, they're lazy. When you get pulled over, it's 4 cop cars that pull you over. Even for a traffic ticket. It's like, you got to have 8 with you? The fuck's this? A goddamn fucking faggot gangbang or something? Really? It's just totally ridiculous, man. And, you know, I've observed, I've spent, 4 years down here, and I've been very observant to the people. I've tried to see how people act and things. It's like, one of my ex-girlfriend's father, he wanted to kill me. Guy's already killed a couple people, was on Maury Povich, killed a couple robbers in his house. He wants to kill me, But the whole thing is that all my experiences have been weird. Like, for example, I had this girlfriend once. Found out she was the town whore. She's doing orgies with fucking underage kids and everything else. I took the girl in because she had nowhere to go, her and her son. We get in the car to go investigating. I'd smell her fucking pussy. That's bad. Okay, but anyway, she's with the whole town. She's cracked out. Right now, she's like super fat. It's like I looked at her pictures. I'm like, oh my God, that's my ex-girlfriend. Holy shit. This girl makes her living by conning guys. She finds nice guys. This girl will fucking move in with people. And after about 3 weeks to a month, she'll move out and move in with another guy. So that way she don't have to work. Professional con artist. Alcoholic, pours the vodka in her cereal in the mornings, drinks all day. And the girl just fucking, nasty. They all, it's hard when you're down here, I'll tell you. For any of you guys that date Florida women, look out. Because tuna in the fucking sea, it exists. It exists in Florida. You want fucking tuna? There's tuna all over the fucking place. You can smell it on the girls without even them pulling down their fucking panties. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. Yeah. That's the breakfast of the fucking champions, man. Goddamn fucking salmon and shit. It's all ripe in the hot fucking sun. It's like, Jesus, I gotta move cooler state. Keep that shit on ice. Keep it cool and smelling good. Yeah. But, Florida is just that type of state. And if any of you ever decide you want to visit down here, just keep it in mind. Orlando and Disney World might look nice, but about a mile away, you got bums living in a fucking shack, It's bad. I've lived in Vegas 3 years of my life, 4 years almost. And, you go to Vegas, and it is what it is. There's prostitutes everywhere. But you go to Orlando, it ain't prostitutes, man. It is horror haven. You go clubbing down in Orlando. They straight up to you. They're like, hey, you need something? I'm like, yeah, I fucking need something. I need a goddamn $1 million. Speaking of $1 million, I just put 2 new features on my site. I'm all about the promoting. I'm all about trying to get the crowd involved. I'm trying to get people involved with this. I'm trying to make things exciting. And it's I'm going out on the limb to do this. Like I said, to me, it doesn't matter as long as I can get out there and say, this is who we are, this is what we're about, and that in turn gets us more investigators and all that. So I put on our site the $1 Million Challenge at www.paranormalghostsociety.org. And the $1 Million Challenge is basically for TV network hosts, TV producers, people who work in the media field. And basically what my $1 Million Challenge is, I challenge any producer to take me and the team that I choose to go somewhere in the world and to complete one of the most deadly, dangerous, hottest paranormal spots in the world. And I've put out this challenge, but now we got it listed on our website. And I got all the criteria for the producers. We get producers at the page. We've been offered TV shows and things, but they never can find a TV network. And, you look at sci-fi ghost hunters and you kind of laugh. You're like, these fucking guys, they're going out there and, the only reason why they're getting the publicity is that they're on television. But that doesn't make it exciting. Anybody could sit there on TV, investigate ghosts. Who fucking cares? We know ghosts exist. That's what I do for a living. But we want something more exciting than sci-fi's Ghost Hunters. And I think I'm the man to do it, and I hope those producers will recognize this, because they're going to make millions. They're going to make millions. But it's a live or die situation. You know, I'm not going to take on something that's small. I want something big. You know, send me into a 100-mile fucking cavern with aliens or something. Send me and put me in that predicament, because I'm trained to handle a lot of outdoor shit, and I'm trained to spelunk. I'm trained to, you know, do all these things. And that's what I've been training for these last 5, 6, 7 years, is for something big like this. But anyways, yeah, well, you know, we could do naked ghost hunts, do our own little porn, you know, tape it. You have the girl and the guy, they go in the cemetery. They're like, hey, we're going to take pictures of ghosts. Next you know, she's spread eagle on the fucking crypt. You're fucking doing her. You're filming it. Then all of a sudden you put a sheet on you. You're like, hey, I'm a ghost, you know. Paranormal porn, sponsored by the Paranormal and Ghost Society. And, you know, yeah, I don't think you'd want to see me ghost hunting naked, okay? I mean, I am a pothead. I eat brownies, and let's face it, I got a little weight to my bones. I don't want to go naked I don't want to be on film naked. I'm the one that does the fucking filming. I'm the cameraman, you know what I'm saying? I'm the producer. But, yeah, I do plan on going to Roswell in Dulce, New Mexico. I actually have a contact out in Roswell who can get us in Roswell. And I told her, I said, I don't need you to get me fucking in. I'm going to go on Roswell with a shovel. I'm start digging for UFO parts. I want some UFO fucking material in my house. I want to put it on my desk like a paperweight. You know, I want to sit here and do the Angel of the Night radio show, and I want to see this shit fucking hover before my eyes and shit. You know, it's like if I get sick, I just press the metallic on my forehead, and next you know I'm cured. I'm like, those fucking aliens. It's like, you know, that's the way to go. But there's a lot of cool places out west. A lot of the shit out west is underground. It's that hollow world, they call it the hollow underground world or whatever. Underworld, a lot of caves, a lot of caverns. That's one reason why I like doing Pennsylvania, because Pennsylvania has a lot of caverns, and some of them are sealed. There's one I know that's sealed that could possibly go 100 miles. I want to get into it. I just don't know how. Again, that comes with the TV producers getting back up to reopen the cave, because there's dead people in that cave, and I want to go in. But they sealed it because they said it's too dangerous. The caverns are like 100, 200, 300 fucking feet. We're talking an underworld here. That's the shit I want to get into. I want to go fucking underground. I want to get repelled down into a fucking crevice, man, and be like fucking looking around for aliens and shit, you know? You just don't know what you'll find. You got to go to places where people have not been. Pop brownies, well, I made pop brownies a few months ago. Oh, I was so fucked up. I had pop brownies, I had fucking joints. Those were the days. That's when I had the guys live with me. One of my paranormal investigators and explorers lived with me. He wasn't into the whole paranormal aspect of things, you know. He just liked to fucking explore abandoned places. If it was abandoned, he would not want to miss out on it. He'd be like, take me to an abandoned place. And he was just major pothead. We'd fucking sit here some nights and make fucking brownies and everything else. You know, you kind of miss those days. But, you know, that's the whole thing. New journeys, onward. I'm leaving Florida. You know, there's a lot of things to look forward to. Well, you know, I want to go underground. Even if I end up going too deep to get out, that's part of what I've accepted to do. I've accepted to do the extreme stuff. I'm not your typical paranormal investigator. I don't just sit there and just sit at a cemetery. I like to be active. I like to hike. I like to climb. I like to do things. I like to do them with my friends. And I like, you know, the whole point of this show and what I have is that, you know, when people travel out to California or wherever I'm at, or I travel to them, we get together, we party, we have fun, we go out and we do shit. Just like someday I'll go up to fucking Boston. I'll chill with Mike Digital there, smoke a bag of dope out in the woods. That's what we'll be doing. But anyways, you know, I left my legacy in Florida pretty good. I mean, I did the Bulow Plantation. which we had some creature fucking chasing us out there, and that is no lie. I did these springs with a cave. You got to swim under into the cave. And there was a storm for like 2 hours. We couldn't see where we were hiking. We hiked for 2 hours out in the middle of a bad Florida storm, 40-mile-an-hour winds. It was bad. We had to find shelter in the fucking cave. I did that dark, dreary place up in Tampa. It's an Indian mound. I've done a few hundred places. I have no regrets. I did the Barn and Booger, which is a very famous place up in Florida where the skunk ape is seen. I mean, I've done a lot of productive stuff down here. And, of course, there's a lot of paranormal groups in Florida. There's like 100 down here. There was none in my area until recently. Now you got a bunch of amateur groups, and they're too good to meet me, They're like, we run our own group. It's like, fuck you. You're fucking going to places I've already been there and done it, It's like I like to see them go out in the middle of Ocala Forest where people get fucking sacrificed and fucking eaten and everything else. It's like, yeah, go out there, join me for that investigation. Highly doubt it. Guys down here in Florida, most of them are wusses. I can never get a dude to go off into the woods hiking with me. They're like, there's animals. They're going to eat me. There's wild animals. There's gators in the woods. There's a bear. Who gives a fuck about the bear? You know what you do if a bear is attacking you? You bite the fucking bear back, and the bear will run off because the bear will be like, you're battling me, man. You're something I've never encountered before. And it's going to get scared. It's going to run off. A black bear bites my arm. I'm sinking my fucking teeth into the side of the neck, and I'm going to bite the bitch. Hell, I hear bear meat tastes fucking good. I'll fucking, who knows what I'll do. I've always wanted to have a bear mounted on my wall. It's been one of my fucking dreams for many years, to have a bear on the wall. So that's what I need to do, But here in Florida, the black bear grow about a foot tall. It's almost hilarious. It's like, you're scared of that fucking thing? Jesus Christ, this thing looks like a fucking cub. Take it home with me and keep it as a pet. The kids would love it. Kids would be like, hey, Daddy, can I ride the bear? I'll be like, sure, son. Ride the fucking bear. What the hell, right? I can't ride my cats. My cats ain't big enough. I need something big. Entertain the kids while I'm doing the fucking radio show, right? That's the way it goes. But anyways, go ahead, and I'm going to go to break. I'm going to put the show on break because I need to spark a joint up, and I need to clear my throat because I got cotton mouth right now for the obvious reasons. So I'm going to put the show on break. Continue to talk amongst yourselves as more people do join in the chat room. This is AngelOfThyNight Paranormal Radio, and this is your host, Lord Rick. We'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down, they wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt, they're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
The Lord is back. You know, there's a funny thing that goes on about the Lord. You know, some people really take offense to it on my list. You know, we get these people that actually sit there and they join my group to promote religion, Christ, Jesus, because, you know, that's how Florida is. If you're not in with the Jesus, you're not in with the group. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I am the Lord. And these people, they take offense to it. It's like, well, you know, with what I've done in the past, some of the places I pulled off, you got to be, you know, an original. But these people down here, I mean, it was like my first date when I came down here to Florida. Some girl has, I love Jesus, on the back of her window. It's like, lady, come on, man, that was 2,000 years ago. You love Jesus? But nothing but skin and bones. Not even skin and bones, just a pile of bones. Nobody knows where the bones are, but you love Jesus, you know? And she's sitting there and she says, you know, Rick, she says, I hate to tell you this, but we're not going to get intimate. I said, why? She says to me, well, the problem is I want to take home a reverend or a preacher to my mom's house. She goes, you're not a reverend or a preacher. Yeah, I'm a preacher, all right. I'm gonna preach to you how we go fuck somewhere in the back of your car. That's what we're gonna preach. We're gonna preach sex. So the girl, I never heard from the girl again. But anyways, you know, it was just one of my weird experiences. And then I was like, is that all there is down here? Bunch of people in the Christianity and everything else, and you know, hey, you're entitled to your own religion. But when you start forcing it on others, picketing signs, I love Jesus, I love Jesus. You know, it's like, damn, these people, these local people in this town of DeLand, they're scared of me. They're like, that guy talks to the devil. That guy talks to the devil. Can you imagine all the people in DeLand, they got pitchforks and they're chasing after me like Frankenstein? I'm telling you, that's what it's like living down here. Fucking Frankenstein. Shouldn't be called Lord Rick. Lord Frankenstein. That's what they should be calling me. Because down here, there ain't no room for a New Yorker down here. Or call me whatever you want to call me, Westerner, whatever. But which draws me into those hate groups that sit there and say I'm a redneck. I almost laugh. It's like, yeah, okay, I do mudding, and I got a truck, and I'm spitting watermelon seeds. Yeah, okay. And I'm preaching Jesus. Yeah, and I got the Confederate flag hanging out my front door, too. That's also a funny thing when people go around thinking I'm some redneck. It's like, you know, you can take the man out of New York, but you can't take the New York out of the man. I'm always going to be a New Yorker. And, you know, you can kind of consider me now that I'm moving out west. You can find some other name to call me. I don't mind. But anyways, I was looking up at the chat room, and Mike was saying sex with the skunk ape. Yep, that odd empire, he says that I have sex with the skunk ape.
Do you know that if I had sex with a skunk ape, I'm fucking high, all right? But if I had sex with a skunk ape, I would be famous, okay? I would have its DNA on my dick, and I would take my dick to a fucking college, university, and they would fucking take a Q-tip, and they would take the DNA and prove that there's been some weird fucking substance on my fucking pecker, and they'd say there is some unknown beast in Florida. I would be famous. I'd be on every fucking TV show. I'd be on Maury Povich, Oprah fucking Winfrey. I'd be all over the fucking place. But this man says I have sex with the skunk ape. Well, if I have sex with the skunk ape, why the fuck am I as poor as I am? Because I'll tell you what, my sweatpants have the crotch right now. Does that sound like I'm a rich guy? I don't think so. But my sweatpants do. Because why? Because it's very expensive to run a paranormal site. So I was looking at that and thinking, God damn, sex with the skunk ate my fucking ass. At least if the guy is going to be honest, he should tell it the way it is, not just make accusations of the Lord having sex with the Florida skunk ape. But the skunk ape's very real. I've had encounters with the skunk ape. When those hurricanes fucking hit, they were fucking all over Florida, especially in my area. They were up in the woods. I live near a very big forested area here. I love this neighborhood. It's the only good thing in Florida I've seen is this neighborhood. I'm near some underground springs. They're crystal clear blue. You can swim in them and everything. I'm near the river. I miss it, but I'm not going to miss the people in Florida. This state is actually prone to a tsunami, and this state will go underwater. It's just a matter of the next 10, 20 years it's going to happen. I will not stay here. Me being a worrywart about the apocalypse. We haven't had any callers tonight. It's a pretty quiet night for our show. But it goes to show you those Florida members, I guarantee you, do not come here. You know, I sat there and I advertised this show to like thousands of people, you know, and it's like, you'd think members would come. The thing is that vulgarity offends most people in the paranormal field. See, unlike me, I run the paranormal groups. I try to do things in a fun manner. You know, I try to exercise my freedom of speech, and I like to be free, and that's how it should be. But there's a lot of paranormal investigators like that Paranormal Interest Radio. They act like the way they act on their show is like we're bad, we're wrong. You know, that was just the funniest interview ever, and I did end up saving it so I can show it down the road how much these people acted like fucking idiots. But yeah, everybody in Florida's underground, all right. Well, actually, there is no underground. Everything's sand underground. It's a sandy state. What can I say? And anyways, there's another thing, and some of you may not know it, but do not go to the dentist in Florida. So I went to the dentist like a week ago. I had to have a tooth removed, you know, and the lady, you know, is supposed to charge me like $20 to remove the tooth. Well, the bitch is too weak to pull the tooth, so she breaks the tooth. Then she charges me because she broke the fucking tooth. It's like, you're hammering away at my tooth. What the fuck do you think's gonna happen? She said to her sister, she says, I'll put this white brother in pain. That's a white brother. So I sat there, and they sat me in the neck and hit me in the nose, slipped and stabbed the roof of my mouth, ended up taking the stitches and pulling them really hard across my face, and on top of that, it took her over a half hour to get the goddamn tooth out. She could not get them. And it was just hilarious. It was like my nightmare at the dentist. So I'm supposed to go back to the dentist tomorrow. You know, I'm like, fuck this shit. The Lord is scared. So I don't go to the dentist. I had my stitches removed from here at my home because I had stitches in my mouth. What a fucking nightmare that was. The girl like punched me in the fucking face. I came out of that dentist beat. I was beat. I'm a pretty big guy. My nose was hurting. She fucking busted my lip. I got stabbed. What the fuck? The dentist was going mad. She's yelling at the nurses. She's like, hold this, and like standing over me. I'm looking around like, what the fuck kind of professional office? If that lady can be a dentist, and it's probably a couple thousand a week, maybe even more. But if that lady can do it, then maybe I should be a dentist. Can you imagine me pulling people's teeth? Huh. Lord Rick, paranormal tooth fucking puller. Yeah. What the hell, right? Because that's how bad. So you never, if you come to DeLand or Orange City area and you need a dentist, do not go to the office. If you need the office, just let me know. Because you might end up getting hit in the nose. Coming out with a couple black eyes, too. Yeah. Anyways, I know some of you have been reading my blogs, and then some of you, like I was talking about it the other day on Daggy 5, about how I was making these bombs, you know. And some people are like, oh, Lord, the Lord's a terrorist now, you know. It's like, when you were young, you know, didn't any of you ever make rockets, make your own fireworks and stuff? I have these toys that were recalled. They're eyeballs, you know, and they're a plastic ball and there's fluid inside. Well, the fluid's flammable. That's why they were recalled, because obviously it's dangerous for the kids. If the kid breaks the eyeball, that's a poisonous substance inside. That's not water. They should have put water inside, but they put fucking gasoline or something, you know. So my sons and I, we take out the eyeballs. We start lighting them, you know. I put a paper towel around one, lit it, watched it flame up real high, smoke out the whole neighborhood. Then I sat there and I tried different things, putting wicks in it, throwing it, because I want to see the fucker explode. I said to myself, I'm going to make this fucker explode. I'm going to find a way. Turned around and I ended up getting some fireworks. And, you know, the first eyeball, I put a hole in, I put a bunch of black powder in, put a wick. Didn't work. Or it just took time. I don't know what the case was. Turned around and took a second one. Made a hole. I stuck a bitch-ass firework on in there. I lit it. I lit the firework. I lit the eyeball around. There was a huge ball of fire. This thing's burning for like 5 minutes, you know. We're standing around it. We're like, it didn't fucking work. It's like the fifth fucking test. All of a sudden, the eyeball fucking combines with the fucking fluid and the, you know, the firework and everything else. It just combined, and it made a powerful fucking explosion, man. And I had fucking fireballs shooting all over the place. I was running for fucking cover, man. It was like miniature meteorites here on Earth. They're just flying all over the place, and it was a success. So yes, I have made my own little type of fireworks. And I still have a big-ass bag of them eyeballs, man. So if anybody wants to come on over, you know, you're a local, we'll set the fuckers off. We'll light the whole bag. We'll create a nasty black smoke before I move out of Florida. We'll just flood the whole goddamn fucking neighborhood with smoke. Watch the fucking fire department be looking for forest fires. Fucking, there'll be helicopters flying overhead. You'll see me on the news, CNN. I'll be looking up, fucking pointing. I'll get a white t-shirt, I'll write Rick, sure, and I'll point at the fucking helicopter. You guys see me on TV. Be like, what the fuck? Rick's on fucking run, man. He's on the run. I'll have the fucking cops chasing me. Speaking of cops down here, do you know in the last 4 years I've outran cops many times and succeeded? I outran cops in my fucking car. They were looking for me and they lost me. I outran cops on my bicycle. And I've also outran cops on foot. So what's that tell you about the police system in Florida? I need to go down to the department and say, look, man, this is how you catch the fucking dudes. This is how you catch the bad guys. And they'll be like, how do you know it? I'll be like, because I'm a bad guy, okay? Well, no, a bad guy according to them, you know. But me, I got my own rules in society, my own handbook. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I've had some sticky situations. But anyways, I think we got through most of our topics, and the main topic that I was going to be discussing tonight is werewolves. And of course, you know, some people say, hey, they're not real, you know, they're legend, whatever. In my opinion, I am a firm believer in werewolves. We've had people email us privately. I've had people tell me they've seen them. I've seen some weird wolf-like creature. a couple months back outside Cedar Key. And it describes a skinwalker. And a skinwalker to Native Americans is it's a witch, an Indian witch that can shapeshift into various creatures. But the creatures that they transform into, they're much more powerful. Like if they transform into a wolf, those fuckers can leap 100 feet, 50 feet off cliffs and everything. I mean, you just do the research yourself. Just type in skinwalkers. You can read all about them. The fact is I hope that I get some callers on this topic about werewolves. It's just like our vampires topic. We've discussed the diseases that go with vampires and the fact that vampires, do they exist, don't they exist, is it a matter of psychosis that's fucked in the brain, but the thing is with werewolves is it's a much more plausible thing. There is a disease out there, the werewolf disease. It does actually make you grow hair on your body. Sometimes, in some cases, just your face all over. They got a couple, I think they're a couple twins or kids. They're wolf boys or whatever. And they do look like fucking werewolves. That's up in Bolivia or whatever. So it's a pretty amazing thing because it's like people say they don't exist. Well, what the fuck is that? If he looks like a goddamn werewolf, he must be oaf. That's my opinion, right? You got hair growing on your fucking ass, you got problems. Can you imagine having a hairy fucking dick? How the fuck? You'd be like, honey, I gotta go shave my fucking pecker. I'm back in 10 minutes. Then it turns around and be like, you're fucking getting here and you fucking got stubble on your fucking dick. You're like, oh shit, I'm sorry I pricked you. What you gotta find? You gotta find a wife or a girl that's into the paint. She's like, prick me some more, man. I love it. That's what you gotta find. I'm telling you, it's just unbelievable. All these diseases and things that you read about here. But anyways, one of the most famous werewolf stories is the one of Peter Stubb. Some of you will probably know what I'm talking about. Obviously my members from my paranormal group are not here, so they must get an earful with the articles I send or something. But in the Middle Ages, 15th to 17th century, Europe was under the dark and superstitions, which we obviously know about in the Dark Ages, how the dragons and how there was monsters in the forest. The fear of werewolves was like a nightmare. There was a lot of attacks during that time period. Sometimes you'd find half-eaten human limbs scattered in fields about. And, of course, these people in the Dark Age would be like, oh, a werewolf got to this person. One of the first werewolf sightings that took place was in a German town called Cologne or something in Bedburg. That was in 1591. And basically, it's about the villagers had cornered a large wolf and set their dogs on it. They started to perish the beast with sharp sticks and spears, and surprisingly, the ferocious wolf did not run away or protect itself. It stood up and turned out to be a middle-aged man, Peter Stubb, from that very same village. Of course, they put Stubb on a torture wheel where he confessed to 16 murders, including 2 pregnant women and 13 children. But see, here's the whole bizarre thing. He started practicing sorcery when he was 12, and he became so obsessed he tried to make a pact with the devil, which was not uncommon during that time period. Wore a magic girdle and started to attack his enemies, real or imaginary. After several months, he would take the guise of a wolf and continue with his evil acts. In the wolf form he used to tear up his victims' throats, he would suck warm blood from the vein. So, of course, this guy's fucking eating people. It's not like Vlad the Impaler. He's staking people. He's putting their heads on fucking stakes. This fucker, he's going around, he's biting the fucking throat, but he's eating it, He's drinking the blood, which in Indian legend says if you drink the blood of another human being, you grow more powerful. But he was searching fields in search of prey. His crimes went beyond imagination, obviously, and the trial had motioned a few of them. He said that once 2 men and women were walking along a road that led into the forest he used to hide in. He called one of them into the forest. When the man did not return for a long time, the second one followed his trail and followed his trail and also disappeared into the forest. That man didn't return. So the woman ran for her life. Later down the road, 2 mangled male corpses were found in the forest. But the woman's body never reappeared, so he got them all, basically. And I guess he ate the bodies. One time he got young girls playing together, milking cows out in a field. Chased them like a hound. He raped one and killed the other. Then he would drink the hot blood, eat the flesh. So the Peter Stubb case is very real. Cracked one child's skull open. He ate the brains from it. And, of course, basically he was a cannibal. And they ended up decapitating him, and his carcass was burned to ashes. And there's a monument in Menberg, Germany, and it does resemble this incident that happened. And the torture wheel that this Stubb was put on, they also took a tall pole and they put his head on it with the likeliness of a wolf. And I guess it says 16 pieces of yard-long woodcuts were hung from the rim of the wheel, commemorating the poor souls of the victims. So this monument's still around. That is one of the most famous werewolf cases of all. Of course, we're looking at a few hundred years ago. Things change. It's like Jesus Christ. Everybody says to you, Jesus is white. Wait. He's running around the Middle East. What do you mean he's white? How do they know? Who knows if Peter Stubb was actually a wolf or if he just put on wolf skin? Nobody knows. People say it's a real werewolf case. I read this story many years ago, actually. It's what intrigued me about the werewolves. But anyways, getting back into the werewolf thing, people want to know, how do I become a werewolf? This is the funny part, actually. And there's an old ritual that they used to use. It goes, hail, 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 great wolf spirit, hail. A boon I ask thee, mighty shade, within this circle I have made, make me a werewolf strong and bold, the terror alike of young and old. It's an ancient incantation. You can check out lycanthropic literature of the past. It'll tell you different chants that they used to use. Basically, they'd get around a full moon, and they would do invocations, repeating the chants over and over and over until they became a werewolf. Of course, there's the other thing that if you get bit by one, you become one. And, of course, I found it very interesting. But, like I said, it's like where did it start? Because some people say that the werewolf theory had started way before this Peter Stubb incident. Then they say that there is some biblical connections, too. There is some talk of a werewolf-like creature, which is very possible. I mean, we've done werewolf investigations. See, that's one of the things about my organizations. We don't just go out and look for ghosts. We actually go out there and we try to deal with other strange things, whether they're real or not. It's good to keep an open mind. But anyways, the whole werewolf thing is that they're saying that there's certain rituals that have been done in the past. And of course, for the Gothic people out there, there's a lot of Gothic people that contact me. And, these people say to me, I'm a werewolf. I get them all the time. It's like, you are. But then if you notice, none of them can ever transform. You're like, okay, show me. Show me something. So, it could be a case of psychosis. And you want to know what lycanthropy is? Some might ask. Well, according to the American Journal of Psychiatry, which was published in 1977, it's a psychosis in which the patient has illusions of a wild animal. Usually that wild animal is a wolf. Daniel describes King, whatever, I can't pronounce the name, has suffered from depression that deteriorated over a 7-year period into a frank psychosis. He imagined himself as a wolf. Among the first medical descriptions were those of Paulus Ageninita. I can't even pronounce that. But anyways, during the later days of the Roman Empire. And in the description of the symptom complex, he made a reference to Greek mythology in which Zeus had turned King Lycaon of Arcadia into a raging wolf. Thereafter, references of lycanthropy appeared in ancient literature. Then, of course, went into the medieval times and the delusions and the whole Peter Stubb thing passing around. But every country had werewolves. China, India, and Africa, Central and South America, Although obviously in this country the wolf thing's really big because of course, you know, people go on Indian reservations, they see shapeshifters and things. We've done those type of investigations. We didn't see nothing. Something could have been out there. I don't know. But, you know, basically they're saying it's psychosis. And, of course, you know, there's a lot of werewolf movies like The Boy Who Cried Wolf, How About Blood, Bad Mood, Curse of the Werewolf, Death Mood, Face of the Screaming Werewolf, Teen Wolf Rocks, The Wolf Man, Project Metal. Hello?
Hello?
What's up?
Not too much. How you doing tonight?
Sound like a chicken, man.
Kick that down a little bit.
Whoa, Mike. I must be stoned, brother. I'm hearing the fucking devil talking to me.
Yep,
You the devil, man?
just might be talking to him.
I'm in tears, man. I'm in tears. Fucking, we got the devil calling in the show. I told you. It sounds like Latin you're speaking, which is fine. I speak Latin too.
Just curious if, you've been smoking.
So what do you think of the show?
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it is. Valerie, Elliot. Oh, man. You got a question, man?
Oh, not really. My son, someone should, probably harass you.
I can't even understand you. It's, this is my opportunity. The devil comes in my room, and I don't understand him. Must be the Latin thing.
Alright, let's try this. Is this better?
Yeah, that's better.
Alrighty. No, Mike said in the chat room that someone should call up and harass you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike's right. I need all the harassment I can get.
There we go.
And some people need to call on the show and they need to say Baba Booey.
Baba Booey.
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about, man. Now you sound like Beetlejuice, man. I got the devil on tonight and I had Beetlejuice on tonight.
There you go.
So what do you think about this, the devil's back. Oh, man, I love this shit. I love doing the show.
All right.
So what do you think? This is just classic, Mike. This is classic shit.
Right.
Hey, some people tell me I'm the devil, but now I've seen it all.
No. You got ways to go before you achieve devilitude.
Yeah, I haven't committed enough crimes yet, right? Well, one day I'll achieve devil status. As soon as I move, let's just hope I do it when I leave Florida.
In due time.
This is good.
You like this?
Are you smoking like I am?
Not just yet. Hang on. There we go.
Yeah. Ask questions. Mike, do you want me to ask the devil questions or devil questions? That's the question.
Well, feel free to ask. I'm always willing to know.
Okay. So Satan, what the hell goes on in hell? That's what I need to know. What if I go to hell? What's going to happen to me?
Seriously, you want to know?
Yeah. If I go to hell, what's going to happen to me?
Well, take the absolute worst thing that could ever happen to you. Okay? The worst pain, the thing you fear the most. Okay? And that's the kind of thing that could happen.
Wow.
Okay. So what's your biggest fear? What's What's the worst thing that could ever happen to you?
You probably could burn me over and over and over. But see, what I need to know, if I go to hell, is there gonna be bitches down in hell? Because you take the bitches away, I'm done. That's torture, man. Don't take the bitches away.
Do you want to see bitches?
Yeah, I do.
Then they won't be there.
I wanna go to hell, and I wanna rule over the bitches level. I know there's 7 levels in hell, but you gotta give me a position in hell, man.
But you have to understand, if you want to rule hell, and you end up going to hell, then you will not rule hell.
Well,
that
is true.
In fact.
Well, the thing is that it would be the greatest thing if the Lord went to hell. See, because people would be like, what? The Lord's in hell? And then everybody could say my name in fucking vain. Now, the question is... No. I'm trying to think here.
Try. Give it time.
See,
concentrate on something.
Is there going to be weed in hell?
You want weed now?
Yeah, I do.
Then there won't be any.
I want weed, I want bitches, and I want to have a shot at torturing a few people. We'll start with all my ex-girlfriends when they go to hell. Yeah, I'll put all the bitches in hell. And what we'll do is we'll auction them off to fucking demons. I'll be like, you get the fucking demon with all the fucking warts on his ass. That's the way you do things. I go to hell, I'm going to hell in style. So what do you think about this werewolf shit? You think werewolves are real? Because they say the devil made werewolves.
Well, I know that they're real.
You ever see a werewolf?
Oh, yeah, boy. Did you just say that I hate them?
I see wolves or wolves.
No.
Let's see, if you're the devil, then you're supposed to be into the dark, you know, werewolves, the vampires. You're like, yeah, evil's winning. Hail Satan, hail Satan. Oops, did I just say that on my show? If I say the word Satan, what do you think about these Jesus freaks that try to come in here and tell me how to run the show?
Well, they're a little out of line. It's your show, you can run it the way you want to, you know.
Uh-huh. You know, Mike said hail Satan first, so I think everybody's going to look at me and Mike in a much different manner after this radio show.
Probably.
Like that Adam Sandler movie, when the two guys want to go to fucking hell. Those two partiers or whatever. That's what it's like. Yeah. Me and Mike will go to hell. We'll rule over hell.
The movie was a little bitchy.
Punk is in the chat room. Satan's online, Punk. Satan's online. So, is there Hitler? That's the question. Is Hitler in hell?
Yes, right now there's a pineapple stuck in his ass.
Mm-hmm. Just think. I bet you there's a lot to explore up in hell.
Well,
Demon castles, yeah.
a lot of it's actually closed for construction right now.
This is...
Does
Yeah.
Hitler have a job in hell? Hitler has a pineapple stuck in his ass in hell.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's true. But the question is who's shoving the pineapples up his ass?
That would be George Burns.
As long as it ain't me, I don't fucking care. I just want to be the one that goes around hell torturing others. Be like, yeah, you fucked me over in the human life.
No.
There's nothing wrong with Satan. There's nothing wrong with Satan. Satan was just like anybody else. Problem is that he gets a bad rep.
It's like, well, don't tell me Jesus Christ was innocent. Come on now. Nobody's innocent. But Satan gets all the bad rep. I don't give you the bad rep. George Burns might be Satan, too. George Burns. He didn't make it to his 100th birthday. He died like a couple days before. That old fucking coot. I was rooting for him, too. I was like, George Burns, come on, make 100. Make 100, and he fucking dies.
John Denver was the Antichrist.
I'll hang out with George Burns in hell. George Burns will spark up a joint. That's what George Burns will be doing with me.
Yeah, he smokes those big blunt cigars.
Well, Satan, I am looking forward to going to hell. I am looking forward to seeing bitches. I'm looking forward to smoking weed. I'm looking forward to meeting George Burns and watching Hitler get tortured because I find it funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a lot of calls. We got more calls. Who's on the line?
Go ahead.
Punk UE.
Punk you. Punk UE.
Yeah.
Now I know what the UE stands for.
What?
Now I know what UE stands for. He's an urban explorer.
Urban
One of my
exploring.
minions in training.
The caller hung up. Oh,
He says he got disconnected. Call back in.
Yeah, you got to call back in, man.
As long as Daddy doesn't mind you using his cell phone.
Damn. Yes. Call back in and I'll patch you through. Actually, tonight I have the show set on like unlimited callers, so anybody can really call in and talk or whatever. That way I don't miss no calls when I walk away and smoke one. And I've been smoking tonight. Yeah, our shows are based on marijuana. Okay, cannabis does wonders. You smoke cannabis, you're healed. Hell, I feel healed from the flu tonight. I smoked, I feel good. I'm cured. But I'm very for marijuana. I'm very for the legalization of it. Okay, you're patched through.
Hello, Satan.
How you there, punk?
I'm doing. How are you doing, Satan?
I'm doing just fine. What can I do for you? You have a question for the big guy?
I'll tell you, it takes a lot of balls to call in this show. Anybody who calls in this show has balls. Well, except for Millie, of course, because she's a female, you know. Unfortunately, Millie's not going to make the show tonight. If Millie made the show tonight, I think she'd be more than happy to flash on her webcam and say, "Thank goodness you're leaving Florida, Rick." So, Satan, what would you do to the Floridians
What would I do?
if they all went to hell?
They're already there. They're already in hell. That's why they're in Florida.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be getting out of Florida. Then you can have your way with everybody.
I'm already having my way with them.
What you want to do is you want to put the state into, like, that's the perfect torture. You have this trailer. You just take this trailer and you just try to compact 1 million of them in there in hell.
Rick, you have another caller. Answer the fucking phone.
We got another person in the chat room. Who's calling in this time?
Hello?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Whoa.
Hello.
How you doing, hot girl?
Yeah, you know who it is. How's the show going? Oh, I can't believe I'm missing it. I'm so sad.
We were just talking with Satan, Mills.
Oh, really? Oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I called it
Satan's on the air.
Wow.
This is the only show the fucking devil will call in. I mean, come on. Last
So,
couple weeks.
hey, Rick, would you be quiet for a second? Does the young lady have a question for me?
Oh, Are you confused?
No. Look,
I'm
not even in the
confused.
chat room. I'm driving in my car, and I stopped right now because I got out of a meeting, and I just called in, and I don't know what's going on, and I hear Satan on the line.
I'll tell you. She's on the Angel of Thy Night Paranormal Radio show, and she's in her car, guys. That is dedication. Total dedication.
Yes, it is.
We love you, baby.
Good for you. I don't even know what's going on. I'm missing everything. But if I make if I make a moment's time, I'll call in. I did? Oh.
Yes, you missed a lot of good things tonight. But we're still in the middle of discussing werewolves before
You know, I'm on the home right now, and if I make it in time, I'll call in. I'll check out the chat room because I'm really interested in knowing what's going on.
Oh man, yeah, this has been a great show. Considering I'm leaving Florida soon, this is like the celebration show, you know.
Oh yeah. How many people on the chat?
I love it. So what do you think about the devil calling in right now?
I
think my ratings will go up.
Yeah, I think it should. Every demon should tune in. Radio.
This is the only show you can get the devil on. and you know what? We've only had like 10 live listeners tonight.
All right.
And it's like, yeah, I got like 12,000 members. And those fucking people they're so scared to like listen to me because it offends them, you know. It's like, oh no, I don't want to hurt your virgin ears. There's no virgins in this chat room, obviously. None of us are saints. We're all devils and demons.
So that's
I hate to interrupt you, right?
Doesn't the devil like women?
What question?
Doesn't the devil like virgin women? I don't know.
Well, none of us. The thing is that everybody on my show is.
I really can't hear. I'm having a hard time. I'm on my cell phone, so I'm having a hard time hearing. I don't know. I know, it's kind of crummy. At least I called in, so at least I'm happy.
Yeah, too bad Avalancher won't call Avatar X won't call on the show. I've been waiting for that boy. To answer some questions I got for him, but he won't call on my show. It's like, if you want to hate me and cause me trouble online, then you should be a man and just face me, you know? I can sort out your differences. But the guy won't call on the show.
No.
We waited for him to call on the show so I can ask him things. Like I said, they're afraid to speak to the Lord, I guess.
Yeah, you know, people are like that. Especially the hate groups. They just, it's really easy to just hide behind a computer, you know, be all fat, ugly, kid, hiding behind a computer. So you can say whatever you want, but, you know, you're just too afraid and cowardly in real life. That's what they're like. Yeah.
I agree. So how close are you to a webcam?
I'm really far away. I'm like 30 minutes away from my webcam.
Wow.
I know.
30,
so bad.
30 minutes.
30-something.
I have to hail Satan. Hail Satan. Okay,
really?
Go on. Satan on our show, yeah. See, if you notice, we don't get a lot of listeners to our show because it's all the people that aren't innocent are on my show, but all the other ones are innocent. Virgin ears, like I said.
Yeah. I know.
You know, it's you know, but if this goes for anybody out there who's listening. If you don't listen to our show or you miss it, you can always listen to the rebroadcast. Mike Digital also puts them up on YouTube. Plus, we have the shows on our website or through our website, so that way you can listen to all the previous shows. Of course, our show keeps getting better over the weeks. This is our last show for about a month. I'm not going to be able to do another. Yeah, it's our last show for the next 4 weeks, because it's going to take me a week to get out to California. It's going to take me another week to get a place and get things hooked up. So, yeah, it's going to be a good few weeks till I do a show. So, when I do get out a show, it's going to be a real special Californian one.
Yeah.
You never know who's going to be on the show. We just need more porn stars.
I know, and I should have my webcam on.
We offended Satan. He's hung up.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we got porn stars on the show too.
Really?
Satan might make a good co-host.
Yeah.
And wait till I advertise this show. When I advertise it to my groups, it'll be like, the devil has called in our show. And people are going to be like, devil, and then they're going to listen.
Yeah.
Like, yes, this show is awesome. So what do you think? Do you think werewolves are real or fake?
I think that there's definitely something there. Legends, people just say, oh, it's a myth, it's a legend, blah, 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 but it started somewhere, and we can never be too sure of where it started. Even I've lost it. I'm driving back. I have no idea where I am. Foothill Boulevard. Okay, I know where I am now. Anywho, yeah, there's something there. We really don't know for sure. But, I'm not going to say no. Just straight out, no, I can't say that. Just, why would I? It's a big world. So many crazy things happen, so I'm not going to just say, nope, not real. That's a very close-minded view. And I don't like the kind of view of saying be close-minded, not be open to strange things. There's a lot of strange things happening in this world.
I've always thought of right. I've always thought in existence. There's a group up in Mississippi, and they're called Mississippi Paranormal Investigations. And the reason why I don't usually advertise other paranormal groups, but this group specializes in the investigation of werewolves.
Wow.
And the girl joined my group, and I looked at her profile today. I'm like, what? And I guess she's got this thing, and this is what it says. Thousands of years ago, before humans used language to describe the events of the past, the Earth Mother created 3 supernatural forces, the weaver, the worm, and the wild, to maintain the universe. She guided all nature's creatures with a feral claw. It was the Earth Mother, they say, who first taught us to change our shape, and it was her command that fostered the fledgling human race. Many were shape-shifting kinds, but we were the most powerful. The most feared is the werewolves. Together we keep the human herds in check. Conclave of our tribe ruled our kind, and we were the Earth's dominant species. Today, we live under the veil, concealing ourselves from the humans. We are the last generation of warriors. Basically, she's trying to say that the werewolves are among us. And if you notice, she mentions shape-shifting. And that's what makes me believe the werewolves exist, because the shape-shifting has been brought down by Native American tribes over the years. The myths, the legends, it's still being done and practiced. I had a member on the forum, not the one you're on, but one of my other forums, that told me she did have an encounter with a werewolf. So I was driving down a road one night, seen this wolf. It was a wolf on 2 legs, fucking going off into the woods, and I have reason to believe they do exist.
Yeah.
More so than even probably vampires.
Wow, yeah.
But, I thought it was... Yeah, we had someone leave the room. All right, well, bye, Punk. I'm glad at least he made the show for a little bit. We've had people come in and out of the room tonight to listen on in. But anyways, they specialize in that. We do werewolf investigations, but they actually specialize more into it. Like, we're focused on all different things. Some groups just focus on one type of thing. There's groups out there that just do Bigfoot. And then I did find an interesting link. And I started finding out that werewolves exist in almost every country. that it's not, these myths are just didn't derive from the United States or Hollywood with all these werewolf movies. There was a werewolf movie I seen. Cursed was pretty good.
Oh, yeah, I watched that.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a good movie.
I'll tell you.
But, you're right. You're right about that.
Yeah, there's, like in Bulgaria, they call the creature Vukolak. Canada, the Wendigo.
Wow.
China, Langren. Greece, they call it lycanthropy because of what happened with the werewolf king Lycaon. Iceland, they got one in Iceland. It's called a ham rammer. That sounds kind of weird. Ramming the ham, Japan's even got one. They call them weird creatures, or kitsune. Kasune, they call them, is usually a female, and tanuki is the male wolf. Africa, the limu, which means shapeshifter, wolf shapeshifter. Haiti has one called loup-garou. All these weird names that they call them.
Loup-garou.
Yeah. And like South America, the canima in Spain, they call it la hombre. It's like, hey, I'm going to hang with La Hombre. And, of course, out here in the United States, they're not really called werewolves. They're actually called skinwalkers, which that's what I was talking about earlier is the skinwalkers and on how they're able to leap across roads in one bound. Something that we seen a couple months ago was like that, and I believe it could have been a shapeshifter. So another word for skinwalkers is limickin. And then there's this old thing they have online. I was looking there, like, how do you spot a werewolf? Like, you're really going to, like, these really make a person a werewolf. Red hair, born on December 25th. As if that ain't an urban legend. Eyebrows join in the middle. Okay. I shaved my son's eyebrows when I was, years ago. His eyebrows grow in the middle. Does it make him a werewolf? Index and the middle fingers are the same length. The love of rare or raw meat. Come on, all the girls in Florida eat raw meat. So are they werewolves? Hairs on the palms and the hands. Okay, some people are hairy. What the fuck? If you're Italian, you know what I'm talking about. Hair on the inside of the skin. That seems like, it's like hair under the skin. Will change back to human if you throw a piece of iron or steel over its head when it's in animal form. That's the greatest one, because it's like how to spot a werewolf. It's like it's not how to spot a werewolf. If you're throwing a piece of iron or steel over its head and it's already a werewolf, it's sitting in front of you ready to eat you. You're not going to live. You're not going to live to tell the story, Throw a piece of iron over the head. That's a new one. I always thought the silver bullet's what kills a werewolf.
Yeah, me too.
I'm telling you, so I thought on that website, I'm like, what the fuck, and then like the Norsemen, they called these wolf people the berserkers. And of course, but they're really not werewolves. They would wolf skin, put it over them, or bear skin or whatever, and they would psychologically they think that they are wolves.
Yeah.
Does that make them a werewolf? It doesn't. That's the whole thing about investigating this type of phenomenon. So, you got to look at things both ways. There is a story that's out called She-Wolf in the mountains of Virginia. A story dating back to 15th was told of a royal female werewolf. In this story, the nobleman was gazing out his window upon seeing a hunter as if he knew. He told him to check back with the details of the hunt. While in the forest, despite still being the sight of the master, in sight of his master, the hunter stumbled upon a wolf, and ensuing a struggle, he severed one of the wolf's paws and placed it in a pouch. Well, the story goes on to say that upon returning to the chateau with his prize, he opened the pouch to show the nobleman evidence, and he discovered was not a paw, it was the pouch that contained what it was of a female hand, bearing an elegant gold ring. This is a famous werewolf story, and the gentleman recognized the ring, sent the huntsman away, and sought for his wife. When he came upon her in the kitchen, he found her nursing a wound arm in the kitchen. he removed the bandage only to find out that the hand had been cut off. Upon her, and anyways, he questioned her, and she finally admitted to being a wolf with whom the hunter encountered. And by her confession, she marked herself for certain execution, and she was burned at the stake. See, back then, if you claimed that you were a wolf, a witch, anything like that, you were burned, you were tortured. And then, of course,
we wouldn't survive. Steve and I wouldn't survive
the oldest, well, there's an old fairy tale. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, Little Red Riding Hood.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's about the, the wolf trying to, I don't know, talks to her and dresses in grandma's clothing to fool the innocent girl, and it almost sounds perverse, when you start thinking about it. You're like, Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood's coming over, and I'm going to be the goddamn wolf and start growling, Yeah.
Oh.
That's an old story, though. But they do have that on a werewolf site. And, of course, obviously this legend goes across the entire world. They say mainly that the werewolf phenomenon is due to witchery or sorcery. And, of course, the people that can turn into skinwalkers are the shamans on these Indian reservations. And I did have someone write me from one of those reservations. She said, Rick, you need to be careful when you're on our land. She goes, I don't care if you're on it, but says, there are shapeshifters in the woods. But I don't see, the thing is that if you fear it, you're not going to be able to work with it. You got to be able to go out there and learn about it, Can't live in fear. That's the problem with most paranormal investigators and organizations. They live in fear. They don't want to trespass, but they call themselves paranormal investigators. It's like you are not a paranormal investigator unless you're willing to trespass to get the story. It's like me. I've been on Area 51. I trespassed past the sign, but I was on the property of Area 51. I mean, it's like if I want to see the alien, I got to go out there and see the alien. You don't do it from just setting up cameras at someone's house. I think that's the whole problem with that show, Ghost Hunters. Them guys, did you know what them guys just did? It seems like them guys fucking copy our organization. Everything we do, they try to match. It's like, why are you fucking competing? You're on national fucking TV. And I'm not here I'm here to criticize, but I'm not here to judge, And I sit back and I think to myself, them guys came out recently with the radio show, and they put on one of their advertisements, completely uncensored. We're the first uncensored paranormal radio show. They turn around and they say uncensored and all this other shit, It's like, whatever, man. I guarantee you Ghost Hunters ain't going to get no girl showing her tits on webcam. It's not going to happen. It's going to happen on the Angel of the Night Paranormal Radio show, but it ain't going to happen there. So I don't know what them guys are saying uncensored and everything else. But these guys have they get an F for originality, because all the places they're going have been done by other groups. And they've already been to 4 places I've been to. And it's like you got 50 states to work with. You got to come down here in Florida. You got to fucking go up in the western New York region, places I've been to. Every dog has its day. Our time will come. But it's a shame that there's other paranormal groups out there that are going around copying. It's like I come to a show, now you guys got to come out with the show. I go to a place, get a lot of publicity, they got to go to the place, Sad. If I was Sci-Fi Network, I'd fire the two. I would. I'd feel like you're goddamn fucking fired. People want entertainment. People want to see danger. That's what they want. They want some Indiana Jones shit. They want to see Lord Rick in the fucking pyramids looking for ghosts, swinging across fucking gaps and crevices. Adventure, that's what people want. And that show is definitely not about adventure. Some people in this field are just jackasses. They're pussies, You're not a good paranormal investigator if you're scared. That's the thing.
That's true. Wow. Well, I'm kind of lost right now, Rick.
You're lost? Are
Yes,
you lost
I'm
on
lost.
the road?
I'm
boy,
lost
this
on the
is-
road.
You hear that, folks? You're listening to Angel of the Night Paranormal Radio, and
Why?
and our,
It's so interesting. It's so interesting to hear you. I mean, I hear everything you say. It's really interesting. I'm really into it. And then the next thing I know, I'm lost. I don't know where I am.
well, I'll tell you what. This radio show is about helping Good Samaritans. We're going to help you today, okay? You got to tell me where you're at, and I'll map quest it from my television. So you see, I can sit here.
You don't have to do that.
Oh, I can do it. Just tell me where your location is.
Look, you know what's crazy though? Okay, I made it. I have to go to a street called Foothill.
Where do you got to go?
And I came from one Foothill, and I came from one called Wheeler. And I see both of them in a corner, and I don't know where I'm supposed to turn. I'm looking at my directions. I should have gone reverse directions. It's my fault. But, no, it's okay. I'll figure it out. I will. You don't have to do all that for me. I know you're doing your show.
It's not a problem. Oh, come on. You're the only girl that has flashed. You're an honorable guest. We don't mind helping you out. That's what the radio show is about. It's about helping people out.
I know.
Okay, I almost got it for you. What street are you at in what city? Are you driving on?
I'm in Laverne, California.
Laverne.
Laverne.
L.A.
L.A. like Shirley, I guess. No,
Laverne and Shirley,
Laverne,
right?
Yeah,
I'm fucking old. When I mention Laverne and Shirley,
I get it.
you know Laverne and Shirley,
I
the
get
two
it
fucking
too.
lesbos living together. You know they were lesbians, don't you? Laverne and Shirley, they were eating muff, man. Them two girls, Laverne and Shirley. Laverne, California. I will get my administration to punch this in. I got administration here at the studio, you know. Laverne, California, not Laverne, Florida.
Yeah. No, Laverne, California. It's okay. I mean, no.
We almost got it.
No, I just need to look at my directions again, and I'll be okay. Laverne.
You know who Laverne and Shirley is, right?
I do.
Not bad. Okay.
I know.
Well, how do you spell Laverne? Laverne?
V as in Victor, E-R-N-E. Laverne.
Okay, E-R-N-E.
Oh, you know.
My staff is working on this currently.
All I need to find. Okay, I need to go back.
You gotta keep things professional, Mike. My studio, you know.
No, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I need to go back to Foothill, find Gary and Laverne Avenue, and I'll be okay. All right. I have to go back to Foothill.
What street are you on? What street are you on?
I'm in a corner of Foothill, Boulevard.
Foothill?
And
Foothill?
Foothill.
Foothill.
Boulevard and,
Boulevard.
Wheeler Avenue. I'm in a corner of Foothill and Wheeler. W-H-E-E-L-I-E-R. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, but
Probably
it's okay.
We will help guide you.
Oh, no,
Where do you need to go?
I'm getting it.
What city do you need to go?
Well, I couldn't need to take the 10 freeway, the 10 west. If I can just find the 10 west, I'll be okay.
Okay, the 10 west? So you got to go back to San Bernardino?
Oh, no.
Because the guys want tits.
Yeah. Oh, but I won't make it in time. Look. It's okay, I'm getting it now. If I'm not now, I can rush home and maybe make it. I'm not sure if I will, though, because the show will probably be over by then. It's like 37 minutes away. I don't think that's good.
Oh, yeah, we'll probably wrap up by then. I'm just gonna have to.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to close out the show just dreaming of tits. Yeah, only on the Angel of the Night Paranormal Radio Show, guys.
But I apologize to everyone.
Oh, don't apologize. Just enjoy the show. At least you got at least you're on live. You're lost, but you're on the air. Not many people do that. What street?
All right, no, but I get it now.
We got
it's
it.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah. I'm okay. I just need to look. I needed to look in my directions again. So it's gonna be fine.
Just as long as you don't get lost in the bad part of town, because you know what happens then.
What I'll do, if it happens, when would you be closing the show? Because if I get lost, I promise I'll call you again.
Well, if you get lost, you run out of gas, and people come up to your car, you just show them the phone and say, Lord Rick is on the other end.
Yeah.
You'll scare them off. They'll be like, I don't want to listen to his show. Exactly.
No.
They'll think you're whacked out. They'll be like, this girl's weird, man. This girl's weird. I'm about to rob this girl. And she's talking about some radio show. They'll get scared. They won't rob you.
They'll get scared to have your protection. That's why.
Well,
yeah.
I'll protect you in spirit.
Yes.
Of course, then when I get out there, I give everybody an ass kicking when I get out to California. Actually, I'd rather give everybody an ass kicking in Florida instead of California, as Florida is the whacked out state. Did you know 8 out of 10 people that live in Florida have psychosis problems? Wow.
How many?
And that's a fact. There is 8 out of 10 people down here have mental problems. It's just really weird. Like, there's a lot of people down here I notice that have mental issues. And you know what's funny about it is that, like, back in the day with these old asylums across the country, if you had those conditions, you were locked up. You'd be put in an asylum, and they used to use various torture methods too back 100 years ago. Electric shock therapy, lobotomies, all those type of things. And yeah, you're not lost anymore, are you?
No, I'm not. I can drive back now.
Great.
But fine. Thank you so much.
But back then, that's what they did, Millie, is they ended up doing a lot of weird experiments with these mental people. And it's like, if these asylums still existed, this state would have millions in fucking asylums. There would be millions of people in them. Because that's how many mental people are down here. There's just people that don't act right, talking to themselves, pulling their hair. Hell, some of the drivers don't make no sense. I had some guy come head on with me a couple weeks ago. It's just everybody down here, you can tell something's not right with most of these people. It's like all the girls that I've dated down here, almost every one of them has been on mental medication. Ex-girlfriend used to pop them left and right, all different kinds. She'd snort them and everything. Drink booze with them. She'd be like, I love the feeling these give me. I was like, whoa. Hold on a second here. I'm a pothead, but Jesus. Snorting fucking mental medication? She mixes, she'd be like, oh, I feel great.
Well, I really do have to go. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Well,
you don't have to apologize. I'm very happy that you were able to call on the show. Too bad you were not at your webcam.
I know. Next time, in a month or so. All right, darling.
Well, the next show will be in a few weeks, and I'll keep everybody posted. It'll take me a while because I got to get settled and get the show set up out west and stuff. But yeah, we got a caller that called in.
What's going on?
What's up?
Just chilling,
Yeah. You got a question for the show?
Nah, what's the show all about? You know what I'm saying? Description.
Well, tonight's show is actually about the devil and werewolves. Of course, the devil is on our show. So.
Can I talk to him?
The devil's not on right now.
Is he like Little Nicky?
Something like that. Little
Like Little Nicky? Fuck. Yo, fuck you, bitches. Who is that? Yo, fuck you, bitch. Are you talking shit? Oh, you fucking fat bitch. I'll beat your ass. Fuck you. You fucking racist motherfucker. I'll beat your ass. Dude, I hate niggers. Yo, I'll fucking beat your ass, bitch.
Only on AngelOfThyNight, Paranormal Radio.
Yo, fuck you, you faggot. You fucking. Oh, I got hung up on.
Yeah, he hung up.
What the heck was that? Yeah, people do have problems.
Like I said, This show is not just about the paranormal. We're here to help others. We're here to guide them into the future.
You know,
Lord Rick's
we should
guide
guide them into
the Lord's medicine.
a psychiatrist's office. We can guide them. I can give them an address to a good psychiatrist, so we can guide them to that. All right.
I'm like a psychiatrist. Did you know that?
Yeah, Dr. Rick.
I am. Lord Rick, psychiatrist. At your best. Pop
All right.
psychiatrist.
So I'm going to be heading out, and I love your show. You always do such a great job, and I'll talk to you later.
Okay, thank you for calling in.
Welcome. Bye.
Good night. I'll tell you, this show just gets better and better. I don't know who called in the show, but I'll tell you, it was a very interesting little, what was that, a bitch fight, if you want to call it that? That was pretty good. Doesn't get any better than that. We've had a bitch fight. We've had the devil calling in. We got our one of our guests, Millie, and she called in. She's lost on the road right now, but she's calling in our paranormal radio show. Doesn't get better than that. Yeah, we definitely need more callers. I'm almost done wrapping up the werewolf topic. You know, I just basically wanted to touch base on it. Obviously, there was a time where there was werewolf trials. Back then, you know, you would be tortured. You know, if I went up and I said, "Hey, I'm a werewolf," you know what they'd do to me in that time period? Don't give me no goddamn time machine. Fucking, I hate to see what they do to me in the medieval times. Anyways, we are going to go on break. It'll be about a 3-minute break, and then I'm going to wrap up the show with a few other interesting things, and then wrap up the night. Fair enough? This is the Angel of Thy Night Paranormal Radio Show.
AngelOfThyNight Paranormal Live Radio. I am Paranormal Radio. Stop beating your head, Angel.
I'm back.
And so am I.
Welcome back, Satan. Hail Satan. Hail Satan.
I'm eating a hot dog on total world domination.
Oh, man. Hail Satan and his minions. Mike, are you one of Satan's minions? Oh, this has got to be the best show ever, man. This has got to be the best. It's a good going away. Yeah. Mike was saying that you're one of the best guests on the show, and I do have to agree with Mike. You have been our best guest since we ran this show. Congratulations.
There you go. Satan is a guest co-host.
It's quite an honor to receive best guest on this show. Yeah. You make a good co-host. You want to co-host?
I'll probably stop in once in a while.
Just think about it. Think of the wonderful things that come with co-hosting on this show. The beauty of it. Porn stars, boobs on cam, paranormal talk, and urban exploring, and who knows what the fuck else.
Right.
I don't think we're going to have tits on this show. We need tits. Any girls listening out there who want to show the guys and our viewers some boobs? I want to see some bigots, man.
Hey, drink light, but watch out for the penguins.
I'm about to piss myself.
That's right. Hey, can I plug the couple things?
Mike, did you have something to do with the devil? The devil made you do it.
Alright, hang on. Can I say something? Excuse me. I want to give a shout out to my homies, Mickey Murphy, and Steve Swain Johnson, and East Coast and East West Coast party coming up June 13th, 14th, and 15th in LA. Contact Mickey Murphy or Swain Johnson and catch him on the Mickey Murphy Show. And there's your show here on LA.com. Oh yeah! There you go, thanks.
Singing Sinatra. I like Frank Sinatra.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Mercury and Mars. And words, please be true. Oh yeah.
I think I just lost another life. I am going to hell. We're all fucking burning. Besides me pissing my pants right about now, I'll tell you, I'm a Sinatra fan. Okay? Something about, something about the mob just gets me going. It's like I want to be in the mob, I want to carry the little gun on the inside of my chest. I think Sinatra was involved with that.
No.
Sinatra's the man. Man of power, money, gambler, probably women. Yeah, Sinatra's the man. Well, as you can see, folks, if you're tuning on in, Ted the Devil sings some Sinatra. Only on the AngelOfThyNight Paranormal Radio Show. Doesn't get better than this. This is a gold episode. It's a classic. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go into a few other articles. If you want to comment in, Satan, go ahead and be my guest. There was an article in the paper that said it says that machines are to match man in 2029, and they said that we could marry robots by 2029. What do you think about that? Would you marry a robot? Think about it. If you got a robot, you can fuck the shit out of that bitch. She ain't going to talk back to you. Cherry 2000, folks. Just like the movie Cherry 2000. Robot looks good, but on the inside, it's nothing but a bunch of goddamn wires. And they said in the article that man will marry robots by 2029 because we are a machine society. It's artificial intelligence, and they're almost able to complete it right now.
Sorry about that.
So you could marry a robot. Of course, the devil doesn't marry. The devil takes what he wants. That's the good thing about being the devil.
The devil is a good supplier.
So what do you think about Obama? Are you swooning for Obama? Everybody says that people are swooning for him. Is he the Antichrist?
No, I'm actually just putting most of my things effort in Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton. Would you vote for Hillary because she's a female?
I'm endorsing Hillary because she is one of my flock.
Well, you know those secrets of Hillary and Bill.
You could say she is the first lady of hell.
I like Bill Clinton. He fucks his interns. I respect a man that does that.
Right.
And he smokes, too. Hillary, on the other hand, I don't know. I don't know what Hillary
The canon wants to know what kind of show is this. Well,
somebody asked what kind of show this is. Somebody wants to know what kind of show this is. What kind of show is it?
This is a paranormal discussion show. And I'm just here protecting my interests.
It's a dirty paranormal radio show. Very dirty, vulgar, appalling, offensive. Yes, sexy paranormal. That's it.
We're sexy.
People just don't get it.
They don't want to get it.
They just don't understand what this show is about.
They don't have time to get it.
It's about robots. It's about people fucking robots.
Wow.
It's an adult paranormal show.
Yes, very adult. Wait, let me see if I can do a whole lot of voice.
So Mecca Annan, that just joined the show, are you a female or are you a male? That's the question that we want to know.
I am a robot.
Is that a robot I hear?
That is a robot that you hear.
Oh, man.
Yes, Michael, you are correct. Bitches, yes, stitches.
There is a robot on our show. This is just
There is a robot
great.
on the show, and you're not allowed to fuck her.
Oh, I'll tell you, I've done a lot of shows, but I've never done one this great. The person in our chat room refuses to tell us whether they're a female or a male. The thing is that you know, this is kind of like my going away show for a few weeks. And, you know, we're looking for women to flash their tits tonight on my show, on webcam. And that's pretty much it. We want naked girls on cam during the Angel of the Night Paranormal Radio Show.
Bring us the movies. Bring us the movies. Bring us the movies. Bring us the movies.
This is good. Yeah, paranormal
movies.
Like ghost tips. Except we want the ghost to appear before our eyes. That's what I mean. And ladies, if you're out there listening, ladies, jump on cam. Show us what you got. This is internet radio. It's allowed. We better not let get a hold of these. I can't even talk. We better not let our members get a hold of the footage from this show. You think with the double call on the show, our ratings would go up tonight?
You would think, but hey.
Anyways, there's another article about an overweight husband crushes his wife. And there was an overweight bus driver who crushed his wife by sitting on her, and he received a 5-year jail sentence. Apparently, he broke 18 of her ribs when he sat on her.
Holy crap!
Yeah, like 400 pounds. Yeah, she fucking died, man.
Oh, God. That's such a waste of hell for people like that.
I don't understand how anybody could get that large. Guy's like 400 pounds. He's sitting on his wife. She's like, help me. She's like smothered underneath, and he kills her.
That's what 400 pounds of does.
Exactly. And that was a very weird story. And I guess she didn't die right away. It took time, but her lungs were like crushed and everything else. It's like,
Was he sat on her all the time, or did it like hit her right when she sat on her? That was it.
He just sat on her, man. Totally.
Well, what I'm saying is, did she stay there? Did he sit on her and just stay sitting on her until she was dead? Or did he sit on her and get up, and then she was just injured, and then she had the injuries?
I'll tell you what, man. I was with a big girl recently. You know, I'm more pushing for the cushion. You know what I'm saying? More pushing for the cushion. But, I was with a big girl recently.
Roll around the flower and look at the next side.
And she says to me, hey, Lord Rick. She goes, I want to blow you. She's like, I want to blow you. So then she says, well, I want my due. I want you to fuck me. Problem was, she was too big and couldn't get her legs fucking open. I couldn't fuck the bitch. So I ended up running. I got dressed real quick and I ran out. I'm like, I can't fuck this bitch. I can't land this fucking horse. I couldn't land the horse, so I fucking ran out of there. Didn't get nothing out of it.
Holy crap.
But when I read that story, I thought, boing. There's a lot. Do you notice there's a lot of anonymous people in the chat room tonight?
Yeah,
That's got Anna now live. I've never seen names like that. Well, Mr. Satan, there was also an article out about the devil toad. So they're trying to change the name.
That's why it's online.
The devil toad.
It's online. I didn't show a toad.
There was a toad, a man-eating sized toad, that was going around in West Africa eating other dinosaurs. They call it the devil toad. It's got a mouthful of teeth. In other words, they also said that it had powerful, thick bones, powerful set of jaws, armored skin, and this frog would fucking jump on its victim and eat it, kind of like a raptor. And it's called the Satan toad, the devil's toad, nasty fucking toad. You're famous, man. I'm Lord Rick. I don't get nothing named after me. But the devil, he gets everything named after him.
They named it the Lord Rick toad.
The
Should have been somebody with this head called or retarded or something like that. That was just wrong. Mike might be a robot. I think Mike's looking forward to robots and he can have sex with.
I can't understand you at this point.
No?
Can
Yeah.
Mike, can you understand what he's saying?
Alright, is this a little easier?
Yes.
Okay. What I said was Mike liked the robot. I think Mike is like dying for robots that he can have sex with.
I agree.
You realize if Mike had a robot he could have sex with, he would not be sitting on a Lord Rick AngelOfThyNight paranormal radio hour. There's just no way.
Mike has a hot wife.
He'd be fucking the shit out of that robot.
Mike don't need no robot, he's got a wife. Guys like me need a robot.
Yes, he'd do both.
We need robots. Guys like me, because these other girls you meet, they talk back to you. You get a robot, you don't have to worry about it talking back to you.
Well, it depends on what program you're running.
Well, it depends it depends on the program. You could get the dominance program. Have that robot fucking spanking you and chasing you around the house, fucking bare ass naked. You're like, whoa, naked robot coming through.
Watch out, because as soon as you start doing that, the program runs away with itself, it trains itself. Next thing you know, the robot's got a strap on and it's banging away on you.
No strap-ons for me. That I will put in the submissive program for the robot. She will serve me grapes in bed.
Oh, man. It's 2008. By the time the robots come out, they're going to be programming themselves.
The reason why they say you can marry robots is that robots are created by man.
Who says you can marry robots?
Would you fuck a robot?
I don't need to. I'm the devil.
I'd have to fuck one just to say I've done it. That's the truth. I don't care what my members think. They might say, hey, this Lord Rick guy, he's fucking crazy. Well, then I'm crazy. Hey, I fucked a robot. $100,000 per robot. That's an expensive piece of ass.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, thank me, big boy. Oh, treat me like the whore that I am. Yeah. Oh, careful. I'm rusting on that joint. I don't bend that way. Oh man. Uh-oh.
Wow.
Yeah,
we have it all going on our show tonight. We got the devil, we got robots calling in. Man.
Alright, we'll get that under control.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
There's another article out about 120-year paint job set to end. These people have been painting for 120 years. Not as old as me, of course.
They must be union employees.
They must be. But it's 100. But they've been painting a railroad bridge, and by the time they get to one end, the other end ends up having to be repainted. It's
They're fucking slackers.
Exactly.
Yeah. Lazy ass pieces of shit. I bet you that they're going to vote for fucking Hillary, too.
They're probably going to vote for Hillary.
Probably. Fucking slacking union employees. God, don't work for a living.
I got news for you. A woman's not going to rule this country. It's not going to happen.
What about a black guy?
I don't know. I'm not going to vote for a woman in office. I want to vote for Ron Paul. But Ron Paul wants to jump out.
Ron Paul ain't going to make it.
Ron Paul means cheap gas.
Hell, the thing is there ain't enough people to vote for it. Everybody's voting for someone else. Ron Paul's too far down in the polls. He's not going to win. Even I can't help him at this point.
Vote. I say we vote for the devil in office.
No.
Free beer for everyone.
No.
Politics are only what they are.
It's a bunch of rich guys sitting in office making rules, telling you what you can do and what you can't do.
No, that's not what it is.
Bush. You know what Bush is? Bush is supposed to be the Antichrist. Just like Obama.
No.
I can't
Bush
say that
can't be
much.
the Antichrist because he never showed up for classes when I was teaching.
You better never wear an anti-Bush shirt. You'll be arrested and put in jail.
No, you won't.
The only president that if you ever protested, he'd be tear gassed and put in jail. I've known people that have talked bad about George Bush and got visited by the Fed. It's like, come on, what the fuck? I'm surprised I haven't been visited by the Feds. As many George Bush jokes I make.
You'd have to be deemed a threat.
That fucker's cost me a lot of money. That's a bad fucking president. Bad. Worse than the devil. Worse. Oh, and then there was another interesting article, folks, about patients who are frozen in time. If you've ever heard of it, it's cryonics. It's freezing the dead with the hope of reviving them down the road.
Like my good friend Walt Disney.
There's 2 facilities right now. One's in Arizona, and I guess one of them has like 50 pets and 85 people, and another one has 77 people and 32 pets. And I guess they're going to revive these people in 100 years from now. And of course, it probably will work. But that's technically very terrifying. The reason is that, let's say you die and you get put in cryonics and they revive you. You're probably, after 100 years, not going to have no memory of who you are. You're going to wake up.
So fuck up your weekend plans.
Well, they're gonna be reviving. They got in 1967 was the first person to be cryonically freezed. They're supposed to.
Hey, Dinsdale's got a problem with robots and politics.
Uh-huh.
What the hell do robots ever do to you, Dinsdale?
No robots.
They ain't even gonna respond.
There's robots in politics. One day you're gonna have an artificial intelligence run this country, and that's a fact. It will be a computer system that'll run this country, and your sentence and trial will be done in under 5 minutes. Just like that.
Because I read it out to internets.
It'll be just like Demolition Man. You'll be sentenced on the spot. Lord Rick, you're guilty of hating the president.
No. That was Judge Dredd, buddy.
Lord Rick, your paranormal radio show is in violation. We sentence you to death.
Dude, that wasn't Demolition Man.
They can cryonically freeze you, which you're the devil and probably will melt the ice. They can freeze you for 100 years, and then they can revive you to rule planet Earth. But by then, when they revive you, you won't know who's human and who's the robot. So you'll be fucking some girl and be like, oh shit, there's fucking robots fucking.
Robots.
Imagine you're pulling on this bitch's hair, and all of a sudden her head comes off. You're like, ah!
And she says, don't stick that in my robot.
That's all it is. That's my point. You're cryonically freeze, and then all of a sudden you come into the future. Imagine 100 years from now what the future's going to be like. To wake up one day and find out that the society's full of sex robots and stuff. Holy shit! I'm telling you. Yeah, Ted Williams is frozen, definitely. But the article goes on to describe about the cryonics. And of course, I don't know if it'll work. If you do not decompose, you can spark the heart back up. Yeah, you could technically revive a person, but you cannot bring back the brain damage. When you freeze, the brain is damaged. So basically, anybody who's brought back to life is probably going to be a vegetable. It says Real damage comes when the heart restarts and oxygen floods the tissues, which is known as reperfusion. So they're not sure if it'll work or not because of that. I've always been into the cryonics thing. I think it's kind of, in a way, fucking with science. Because there'll never be, if people can do cryonics, there will be no more cemeteries. Everybody that almost dies will be put into cryonics. And that probably will be happening in the future in our time. So it's a very interesting topic. We need more people to call in the show. Then there's another thing. Now this is a good one. Google's putting up an X Prize. If you can get to the moon by 2012, you can win $20 million. Now here's the whole funny thing about it. To get to the moon is going to cost you like $100 million. And Google's offering $20 million. It's like, wait a second, I'm going to the fucking...
heading there soon. The Sunday flowers will grow there, but first you gotta go there. Oh, you will go to the moon. Yeah, you will live in the stars. Your backyard will probably be Mars. You'll be riding a floating scooter and eat on your computer. Oh, you will live in the stars. It's been our most abiding dream, and a dream is an easy sell. And when the tourist come and goes, you'll be the big cheese on that orbiting rondelle. You will go to the moon. There's plans for a hotel in the lagoon. The Sunday flowers will grow there, but first you gotta go there. Oh, you will go to the moon. I'm gonna tell you, you will go to the moon. One boy, you will go to the moon. Go to the moon.
Wow. Clap, clap. Bravo.
Thank you.
John.
Thank you very much. And in closing, before I go, I want to remind everybody, East Coast meets West Coast, June 13th, 14th, and 15th. Catch Mickey Murphy, catch Swingin' Steve Johnson. We'll catch you all later. It was good talking with everybody. Bye-bye.
Good night. Good night, Satan. Hail Satan. That was a very good show. Only on this radio show. Doesn't get any better than that, folks. Anyways, there's going on about the X Prize previously. They want to charge you $20 million to get to the moon, but you're not getting nothing out of it. It's going to cost you $100 million to buy a spacecraft that can actually do it or build one. The fuel alone is like $1 million, you know. But if you remember, they did offer a prize for those who could get up into space. It was $10 million. Now Google's putting out this challenge. It's like, yeah, like I'm going to make it to the moon. I'll tell you. But I thought that was a pretty interesting little thing. $20 million, you could do a lot with. But to get to the moon, come on. You know why we don't go to the moon anymore. It's because a lot of the astronauts that were on the moon actually seen strange objects and felt threatened. If you notice, they stopped going to the moon past a certain date because it was a threatening place. There was a lot of dangers involved when they were doing those missions. Of course, you know, some of the astronauts actually died. NASA doesn't want to say nothing to anybody about it. We know it's true. I mean, some of the astronauts are coming forth saying, yes, they did see alien-like craft on the moon. So they're putting up this thing to get on the moon. And what's going to happen is somebody's going to build a craft. It's going to go on. They're going to get to the moon. It's going to be aired live. And there's going to be a real UFO fucking caught on film or something. How is the U.S. government going to respond to that shit? Because they've been covering up for 30 years. NASA's involved in the cover-up, too. I've seen the UFO footage from space shuttles and shit. So, yeah, they're offering it. And then there was another story about a tornado baby. I have to share this with the public. You know, we can't always be rough and coarse and everything else, but there was a baby that survived those tornadoes up in Tennessee.
If you read, over 50 people were killed by those tornadoes in the Midwest recently. And a kid and his mother were in a trailer, and of course the tornado hit the trailer or house or whatever. It killed the mother. It sucked up the baby, and the baby ended up, the 11-month-old child ended up getting thrown 300 feet from the house. When the firemen came to the property to check for survivors, the firemen found the kid not moving face down in the dirt, in the mud. The baby was alive. And some people say it's a miracle of God, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, the thing is that children are very flexible. You could throw a child 300 feet, and the child will probably live. Throw an adult 300 feet, someone my age, we'll probably break every bone in our bodies. The child survived. It's a miracle that the child did survive. But a lot of people died in that tornado. It's just like the ones in Florida. A lot of people die down here because they live in trailers. Trailers get picked up by tornadoes, and they end up they get blown apart like nothing. So I thought that was a really good article. Badly dubbed stereo. Yeah, it would definitely be nice if we could have Millie join on webcam, but Millie is currently lost, or so she says. But maybe she'll make it in time before I close out the show, guys. There was more info I got that scientists are creating no-tear onions. Okay, that's a good one. They're doing gene splicing, biotechnology, things like that. And they've produced an onion that does not cause you to cry. I guess up in Japan, of course, you know, Japanese are geniuses. I mean, they pride themselves on scientific work. From what I hear, those up in Japan, you work 12 to 16-hour days. It's much different society there than in the United States. It's very work-orientated, much more expensive to live in Japan. And they created these no-tear onions, which is great. You know, of course, for someone who cooks, if you're in the, you know, you don't want to sit there and cry, you just get a hold of these no-tear onions, which cost you $100 a bushel. Yeah. Thing is, if you want it, it's going to cost you. But they're able to do anything with gene splicing, just as like they're able to clone human beings, clone animals. Pretty soon, the burgers that you eat at McDonald's will be cloned cows. Nobody knows if it's going to have any long-term effects on human beings. They haven't tested it. They say it's neat. Is it safe to eat? I don't know. Because it could create a whole different set of illnesses down the road. It might create cancer in human beings later down the road. Nobody actually knows what will happen with the cloned meat. But the government's going to put it out because it's cheaper on their end. It's cheaper to clone animals. It's actually more efficient to clone animals. So not only are they making no-tear onions and everything else, they're trying to create chimras. They're trying to create mutations and things too. And, of course, they're cloning our beef. And I don't know if I've even cloned beef. But the hormones that they put in, the hormones, no, an echo. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to put the show on. Let's see if that works. Okay, do you hear it echo now? How's that? I don't know why we have an echo on the phone. It doesn't make no sense. Anyways, just let me know if I'm coming in unclear. Okay. Well, I hope I fixed it. Sometimes that happens when callers come in or they go on hold or whatever. There was another thing that I had read about, and I sent it to Daggy5. I sent it to my list because it caught my eye. It's about a phantom ship that was spotted by a visitor. I don't know if any of you are into ghost ships. I don't know if any of you like to explore ships. But I myself have been on a few ships since I've been founder of the Paranormal Ghost Society. And I was on a ship that was haunted. They did a news article. I was on television for it and everything else. And I heard ghostly voices on the ship. I actually climbed the side of it to get on it. And it's like a 7-story ship. It's huge. There's all kinds of hatches you can climb down, but The article goes on. In the Tamaguchi Bay in mid-January, he saw a brightly lit ship, and it seemed like, he said it was out of the ordinary, obviously. What it was is it was a phantom ship. And I guess as a 17-year-old was used to viewing late-night harbor cruise on the St. Lawrence River near his home in Quebec, but soon realized the bay was blocked by ice, caused him to question what was he staring at. He said it was bright white gold, looked like a shooter with 3 masts, like Blue Nose. So in other words, he's seen one of these old ships up in the Tamaguchi Bay. He was working, I guess, when he spotted it. And another person had came to see it and spotted it also. He watched the glowing ship for several minutes and returned inside to finish his workout before he left the bill around 11 p.m. It had disappeared. One of the province's most famous ghost stories, whether my guests realize it or not, is this phantom ship that's supposed to periodically appear in the North Cumberland Strait since the 1700s. So people have ghost stories for the last 300 years about this ghost ship. And people have witnessed it in the past, said it's a 3-masted square rigger that's glowing with fire, and a few believe they've seen people jumping from its decks. So basically it's a residual haunting, and they're reenacting their death over and over and over, much like phantoms. Before arriving in the rural village, a teenager said he never heard of the legend. Of course, now he obviously believes it since he's seen it. Dale Swan, who is a local historian, had shared it with him. And, you know, obviously it's been passed around the locals for quite some time. And anyways, I guess this ship is pretty famous. There's a painting on it and everything else. And I had sent out that article to Daggy5 because I thought it was really interesting. And when I read about the phantom ship, I thought, wait a second. I was like, because I was on a phantom ship. I mean, it was a real ship, but there was a lot of ghost activity on board. And I don't know if any of you are into phantom ship stories or sea stories, but go to our site and visit the Aquarama investigations. You'll see pictures and learn a little bit about the Aquarama. That's the ship we went on. We also went on the Navy Sullivan ships, and I've also been on the Sea Lion. They're all ships. I hope to do more ships. Maybe in California I'll find a few. A lot of the ships are up north that are abandoned. They're very hard to get on unless you could climb a rope or, one time I made a grappling hook, a homemade one. I started climbing it, and I'm thinking, shit, because it was so frozen that if you fall in the water, you're dead because Lake Erie freezes. But there's a lot of phantom ship stories on the Great Lakes about phantom ships, ghost ships, things of that sort. Of course, there's a lot of abandoned ships. If you're into urban exploring, you can probably find a lot of them up in the northern harbors. Down here in Florida, we tried to look for some abandoned ships. We did not find any because I was looking to do some shipyards, but this is a real phantom ship. So if you're in the Quebec area, check it out, Tamaguchi Bay. And another article that went with that was that Warren could help pythons grow in the U.S. Basically, it's saying that Florida is about to be invaded by pythons. If you know anything about a python, it's a very large snake, obviously. I believe it crushes its victims. It eats small alligators and small animals. It can kill children. And I've had friends in Florida, or at least members, tell me that they have seen pythons on their property. I thought to myself, what the hell? I was thinking pythons. But it is true. Here in Florida, down near the Everglades, they do have huge python sightings. And there's no limit to how big a snake can grow. They found snake skin of anacondas that were like 30 feet, 50 feet. An anaconda at 50 feet is a man-eater. That fucker will swallow you. But they're saying these pythons can get 25 feet easily down here in Florida. Which brings up my topic again, only in Florida. This is the fucking jungle. Of course there's going to be snakes down here. There's every species of snake and spider in the state of Florida. Both are very dangerous. We've encountered all kinds of things. Snakes, spiders, boars, that's just the type of state it is. It's a jungle state. That's what I call Florida. But anyways, I think I covered most of the articles. I covered the robots thing, marrying the robots. Basically, I wanted to cover the pythons. There was another article also. Of course, there's hundreds of articles that I go through, but I like to share the weirdest ones, I suppose. It was about a toddler's Elmo doll was making death threats. Apparently, this couple bought an Elmo doll for their kids. Well, the doll records what it hears. Basically, it's a robot. Here we go into the robots thing. It malfunctioned, and it started threatening the child. I don't know what it was saying. I don't know if it was like saying, fuck you or whatever, but they're apologizing, the makers of Elmo, and they're like, we're going to replace it and all this stuff. The article goes on to say, Lithia family says a cunning programmable Elmo doll revealed its dark side yesterday after fresh batteries were installed. It's fucking classic. Instead of singing songs or reciting favorite colors, its 2-year-old owner, James Bowman, the doll started making death threats. I would really love to own this doll. I would give it to my kids, and I'd be like, have at it. You squeeze its fuzzy belly, the Sesame Street character now says in a sing-a-song voice, kill James. It's not something that you really would think would ever come out of a toy. Whoa. Devil is back.
I got bored.
We knew you could stay away, Satan.
Right. So what did I miss?
Do you want to own the Elmo doll?
The Elmo doll?
It's an Elmo doll that talks dirty.
I don't think so.
We'll
save that for the kids.
The Muppets. I need to get this Elmo doll.
So how'd you like my song earlier?
It says kill James. That's what the Elmo doll says.
Kill James.
Yeah, the Elmo knows your name doll. It actually connects to your computer, and it learns phases and names.
Cybertronics.
In other words, there's going to be a recall on Elmo dolls because when the batteries run out and you put the batteries back in, it starts making death threats.
It says, leave my fucking batteries alone, bitch.
It's a robot.
Robot.
It's a robot, so it's gonna exactly. That brings my point back to 2029. We're gonna be fucking malfunctioning robots. I mean, if I'm sitting there, if I'm fucking a robot and the head comes off, I'm in trouble. But now we got Elmo doll saying, kill James. So what's the Elmo doll going to say? It's going to say, kill Lord Rick, kill Lord Rick. I got to have that Elmo doll. Now I got to go get me a fucking Elmo doll down at Toys R Us. I got to go up to the counter. I got to say, give me the Elmo doll that makes fucking death threats. Give me that doll. I don't want no other doll. They'll be looking at me strange. Elmo knows your name. Yes. I'm going to make some brownies tonight. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make brownies. After the show, in dedication to my fans and members, I'm going to make brownies. I'm going to eat one of those brownies, and then I'm going to take a shot of Goldschlager. Because I'm going to need it after this show. I'm going to need it after this show. But, yeah, definitely, I think I covered basically all the articles. There is actually one more thing I'm going to cover before I close out the show. And it was the top 10 craziest shit, or science, I should say, stuff you didn't know. And it's hilarious because it says you can hypnotize chickens. In other words, a chicken can be hypnotized or put in a trance by holding its head down against the ground and continuously drawing a line along the ground with a stick, or a finger. If you start at its beak and extend it straight outward in front of the chicken, and if the chicken is hypnotized this manner, it will remain immobile between 15 to 30 minutes. Continuing to steer it.
Why, in fact, would a chicken actually cross the road? What reason would a chicken have to go on the other side of the road? It's none of the chicken's business, whatever the hell is on the other side of the road. Chicken should fucking stay put in its fucking pen and don't fucking go off for a walk across the other side of the road through the goddamn traffic and risk getting hit by a goddamn car. Stupid fucking chickens. I hate them. Stupid, no common sense. Fucking chickens. Chickens suck.
Well, basically, it's just saying that you can put them, you can actually hypnotize them and make them stare at the line for like a half hour. Chickens are stupid creatures. You cut the heads off and you eat them. That's what you do to chickens. You eat the eggs and you eat the chicken. You eat the breast, man, the breasts. That's what I eat on the chickens.
Yeah, breasts. I like to suck on the breasts. I feed them with my forked tongue.
Yeah, I suck on the breast too. And not just the chicken breasts. I'll tell you, the women are afraid of this show. They don't want to come in here because they got to know they got to bare their tits. Not all of them.
Afraid they're going to catch something.
They're scared. They're scared of the evil on a paranormal radio show. See, people just end up leaving and stuff. They're like, oh no, I got to show my tits. Then they're gone. They're like, that's it, I'm done.
No, if they show us their tits, we just waive the cover charge.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you. And then there's another thing called about you can get an erection once dead. I sent this out to my group. It's called a death erection. It's referred to as eagle lust.
Well, if it lasts more than 4 hours, you're supposed to talk to your doctor.
Basically, it's saying you get a hard-on while you're fucking dead. Yay for the ladies who are into that shit. There's another one that says your hand can have a life of its own. It's called alien hand syndrome. Seems like your hands take on a life of its own.
Is that like jerking off with your left hand? Then it feels like you're cheating on your right?
Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
It's just, I got alien hand syndrome. If I see a nice pair of tits, I gotta feel them. I always feel the tits. Every date I go on, the first date, I feel the tits. And then when the girl slaps my face, they say, look, I got alien goddamn hand syndrome. That's why I touched your tits. I can't control my fucking hand. Alien hand syndrome.
Titties rock.
And then there was another thing. It says, don't laugh.
Titties rock.
Laughing can kill you. As it says.
Acknowledge it. Say it.
Say what?
Titties rock.
Say rules. Say, I can't say it. I don't understand it.
Say titties rock. Say titties rock.
Jenny.
TITTIESROCK. Titties rock.
Titties rock.
There we go. Good boy.
I speak in other languages sometimes, just like the devil speaks in Latin. Anyways, it's called fatal hilarity, and death can result in laughter. And there has been some people like Chrysippus died of laughter. He's a Greek philosopher. After he ate too much figs. He was seeing a donkey. Well, he seen his donkey eating figs, and he started laughing like that's fucking funny, and he died.
He seen a darky eating figs? What's it? You mean darky like a Negro?
Yeah.
Oh. They had those back in ancient Greece?
Here's one for you. A weapon can make you gay. A gay bomb is the informal name of a potential non-lethal weapon. The U.S. Air Force has made a gay bomb. In one sentence, the doctor suggested that a strong aphrodisiac could be dropped on enemy troops, which would cause homosexual behavior. That's how they got Saddam Hussein.
They smuggled these things in, shoved up their ass, or what?
Yes. In other words, what they're saying is that the U.S. Air Force can drop a gay bomb and it'll make you a homosexual. You'll ass fuck. And
They've been testing that in San Francisco for years.
They'll send in the Marines. You'll be shot in the head being a homosexual. That's what they're trying to say. You can look it up. It's called the
They don't shoot you. They don't shoot you in the head. They shoot you in the ass.
Exactly. They shoot you in the ass.
Yeah. They bomb your ass.
Here's another one. Men can be breastfed. That's the newest thing.
Oh, yeah.
This is males are starting to lactate milk in their fucking family.
Oh, no. That's not what I was talking about. I thought you were saying that, you could breastfeed a man as in let a man suck on your boobs for milk.
Well, here's the thing.
I didn't realize you were saying that men can be milked. That's just wrong. That's
in
wrong.
other words,
That's wrong even in hell. We don't milk men.
Well, what they're trying to say is they're trying to say that if your girlfriend or your wife sucks on your nipples for a set amount of time, that you will start producing milk in your tits.
Right.
Okay, now I don't want to call what I got. I got pectorals. I don't have tits. But they're trying to say that men have tits. They're saying men have mammary glands.
Thanks for the memories.
That's bad. When we say, we might get some dude showing his tits in the room, then what the fuck are we going to do? Here's one for you. A supernumerary nipple. It's called also a third nipple. It's an additional nipple, and it occurs in humans, often mistaken for moles. These nipples are diagnosed at the rate of 2% in females. And the nipples appear along the two vertical milk lines which start in the armpit on each side. And they run down through the typical nipples at the end of the groin. So you could have some girl with a tit between her fucking legs. Be like, whoa! More titties for the fucking fun. We need to get some guests on here with 3 tits. There'll be if any women are listening, if you got 3 tits, we would like you to get on the Angel of Night Paranormal Radio Show. We've got to see this shit. I'll tell you, this show kicks ass.
It kicks ass.
Here's one for you. You could die on the toilet. There are many toilet-related injuries. Some toilet-related deaths are in urban legends. In young boys, one of the most common causes of genital injuries when the toilet seat falls down while using the toilet. So in other words, they're saying you could die taking a shit on the toilet. That's bad.
He smacked his pee-pee in the toilet.
Thank you very much. Elvis.
There you go. Even Eric is entered the room.
See? Even the Lord likes Elvis Presley. I'm not the normal Lord.
Some of us can read, some of us can't.
See, folks, you're getting a good show tonight. You're getting the devil and the Lord all in one show together. You can't ask for more than that. But, he's loving this. He's loving it tonight.
Say titties rock.
Titties rock.
Titties rock and roll all night, sweet Susie.
Here's one. Picking your nose and eating it is healthy.
Oh, yeah. Breakfast of champions.
Exactly.
Yes.
They call it mucophagy. It's actually, if you consume the consumption of nasal mucus, boogers, and other atreus obtained from nose picking. Researchers suggest that if you eat it, it'll expose the digestive system to bacteria accumulated in the mucus, thereby helping strengthen the immune system. Which makes no sense, but it is. But that is what the article states, so we got to go by what the article states.
Purple Smartie flavored boogers.
Oh, yeah. That's all I got to say.
Yes. I take my boogers, I roll them up, and we use them to patch broken dams in hell. I have big boogers. And they don't taste like Purple Smarties.
Well, I don't know about boogers because I don't eat boogers. But I think that it was kind of weird that they put out an article like that. And they're like, this is scientific stuff. It's like, eating boogers is scientific? Jesus. Man.
You should what? Eat your boogers?
My cat eats marijuana. That's what my cat
That's a
eats.
waste of marijuana.
He eats the stems. It's good for him. Loves the stems.
Oh, okay, the stems, yeah, I can see that.
The stems. He'll eat the stems.
But boogers
I never
are
waste
good.
anything.
It's a good lube, you know, and we just have to battle. G.I. Joe. Woo-hoo!
Titties rock.
Oh, Eric missed my rendition of You Will Go to the Moon by Moxie Frumas. What song was I singing earlier?
What would you do if Avatar X called in the show?
I would probably pick on him and see if I could get him to cry.
Good.
I doubt he would.
I don't think Avatar X is ever going to call in. I think he's very scared of the show.
I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry, Eric.
I think he hides on his board. That's what I think. I think he's hiding. I don't think he wants to get involved with our society. But do you know what was funny about being involved? This guy hid out by a cave. He hid in a cave when we were going to visit it.
Okay.
The guy couldn't meet me for a beer at the bar. He had to hide in a cave. How lame is that? Lame. The Ewoks, man. I don't think evil Eric can understand us very well. But understand this, folks. This is the Angel of the Night radio show. That's all you need to know. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to wrap up the show tonight.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up.
I'll take it. Wrap it up. I'll take it.
The song we're going to play is Anger Is My Friend. It's been done by Mike Digital of digitalphotography.com. If you would like, sign on up to a site. Go to Daggy5, sign up on the forums. Mike Digital does our music production. This song's awesome. A lot of good work. I'm very proud to play it tonight. I'd like to promote it, so make sure you check out his site. Listen to the
Can I
tune.
plug the other shows before you go?
Oh, go ahead. Actually, if you could go to a show, make sure you visit Adrienne Curry. I'm sure she would not mind the devil calling in.
Right.
And if any other folks are listening out there, make sure you check out our society, www.paranormalghostsociety.org.
And make sure you catch Mickey Murphy's show and Beer and Cheerios.
And folks, don't forget the devil.
If by chance you can take part, make sure you catch the East Coast meets West Coast party, June 13th, 14th, and 15th. If you can't make it out to LA and you're going to be in Western New York, don't forget EAJ Man's hosting right in Hamburg, New York. Woo-hoo! And Autopsy Live Sunday nights at 7 p.m. only on NowLive.com.
Excellent. Well said. Anyways, this is the Angel of the Night radio show. Thanks for tuning in. Our next show is going to be in about a month from now, as I will be relocating to California and doing the show out there. I want to thank all our listeners tonight. It's been a great night. If I could play that Jerry Springer redneck song tonight, I would. I'm looking forward to playing. But, goodbye, Florida. Hello, California. Party's on. It's been a great night. Thanks